Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we our game? It's not logical, but you contemplate, are we am I?
Good evening, everybody. We are alive. We are awake. We are at Sunday night already. How did it happen? How did it happen so fast? Steve Dangle is still live on the other SDPN channel because, none of these games ever end on time or when they expect them to, but there's going to be a bit of an overlap tonight. So listen, if you want to watch the rest of Montreal Buffalo, it is a 5-2 game right now. Not particularly close. You go ahead and do that. I am going to stick around here with some peeps, and we're going to do this Vegas Anaheim game, which is the biggest of either team's playoffs. And I know that's not really a hot take. Hey, it's game 4 of a series, but game 4s are the most important game of a series. They determine the rest of the series. We know we're going back to Vegas, right? We know we're going back to Vegas. We already knew that. But are we going back to Vegas and coming back to Anaheim? And if Anaheim wins tonight, they guarantee a trip back in game 6. If they don't, they're going home. Sorry, they're letting Vegas go home with a 3-1 lead. Stranglehold. Hold. Can't speak. That's kind of dangerous. You don't necessarily want to be in that position. So we shall see how this all plays out. But for now, there's no other way to describe it. It's a must-win for the Ducks. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting. We don't know yet whether Radko Gudas or Mason McTavish are in. It looks like from the lineup combinations that they are, but we're just kind of waiting to see. Now, Gudas being in, some Ducks fans are a little split on him. Some love him. Some don't like him that much. And it's not down to the guy, it's down to the level of play. But I'll be honest with you, Radko Gudas, the type of guy that he is, probably meant for playoff hockey. Mason McTavish is an interesting one. Sat out the last game because I guess, and he's been scratched a couple of times this season. He and Coach Q sometimes are not on the same page. He's in the first year of that big extension that he just signed. So this is going to be a very, very interesting time for the Anaheim Ducks as they inject some scoring back in the lineup. Jansen Harkins and Ross Johnston were in. Ross Johnston staying in, and Vael and Washi are his line mates on the fourth line. So it's going to be McTavish, Paling, Gauthier, who were very good together in the first round. Kreider, Carlson, Troy Terry, Killorn, Granlund, Seneca, McTavish, Paling, Gutter, Gauthier, Jeffrey Vael, Washi, and Ross Johnston. Now, on the Vegas side, everything's about the same. Brandon Saad, though, moving in for Mark Stone, and that's a big loss. Mark Stone looked like he tweaked a groin midway through Game 3. We don't exactly know what it was, and he is out. So Brandon Saad back in. Mark Stone, a massive part of the Vegas penalty kill, which is, I think, hovering around 96, 97% effective in these playoffs. So I don't know, man. It's going to be crazy. Are we going to see another Mitch Marner hat trick? We could. Guy had a great game last on Friday night. It was crazy. So yeah, let's get ready to party. Let me tweet this out so I know people can come in, and let's get after it. We're gonna have some fun. All right, ready? First period. Let's go. All right, boom. Anthem has been sung. Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. We got the Wild Wing up. We got yeah, that's awesome. All right, Hayden, I have frozen my TV for 9 seconds. We're ready to go. Here we go. And we're just waiting for the face-off to start. Well, I got to be honest with you. I had a great Mother's Day. Saw my mom, saw my mother-in-law. It was beautiful. I hope you guys treated your moms well. I hope you spoiled them well. I hope everybody's going to get a good sleep. My mom's like, hey, listen, I want to see you, but you got to be out by 4. And I said, okay, why is that? And she's like, because I got to go to bed. I've been just too social lately. And I said, you know what? Good for you. That's great. All right, face off almost ready to happen here. Carlson versus Washi. Here we go, and the game is underway. And I'm pretty darn excited about this. I'm not going to lie to you. I have been looking forward to this game all day long. All day. Ducks have got to come out here flying. They were able to do that in Game 1 and Game 2 in Vegas. Can they do that in front of their home fans at the Honda Center here? I would imagine there would be some playing out, some taking care. The meatballiest. This game is Adam's Mother's Day gift. Yes, it's my Mother's Day gift to you. So puck's back out to center. Back in is Barbashev. Minchikov collects. Gets the puck to Troy Terry. Terry to Minchikov. Minchikov's got to skate a little bit for it. Crosses center. Dumps it in. Terry after it. Changing. He's got the puck from McNabb and a shot. And Ian Moore. Ian Moore is in. So it's Ross Johnston, I think, that is out then. That's what they did. Okay, so my lineup card is wrong. So Ian Moore is in. Ross Johnston out. Interesting. It's always funny, when you use these websites for the lineup cards. I think sometimes late in the playoffs, they just, they're like, we got it basically right. Which, you know what? There's a lot of games going on. Michael Granlund to take the face off against Cole Smith. Granlund loses that face off. Killorn tried to go after it, but he was tied up pretty quick. Or is it hold on. Is it Gudis that's out? Hayden, can you check for me? Is Ian Moore in for Gudis then? Check the lineup for me, because I'm looking at Daily Face-Off, and they don't have it right, I don't think. Unless yeah. Oh, no, they do. They do. It's Moore and Zellweger. Okay, so no Gudis. Got it. Okay. Woo! I had to wake up here. I had a little nap about an hour ago, and I'm still just trying to pull myself out of it. How are we doing tonight, guys? Everybody good? Did everybody actually have a good day? Jeffrey says Vegas will score 6 tonight. Nikesh said, I didn't watch game 3. Did the Ducks not play well? Yeah, I think that's fair. I think Vegas just kind of whooped them. That happens. 7-game series. Thank you, Hayden. Appreciate it. So confirmed lineup. Okay, thank you. So Johnston is in. It's VL, Washi, Johnston. Okay, got it. Boy, woo! They did just update the lineup cards on the website there too, Hayden. It's pretty funny. This time of year too, a lot of the coaches want to keep it real super secret, so I'm sure Joel Quenneville just didn't tell anybody. Oh. Johnson kept that puck in, and they almost created a scoring opportunity. After it is Lacombe. He's got Brett Howden all over him. They are forechecking Lacombe hard in this series. They created a turnover. Oh, puck in front of the net. And William Karlsson had a beautiful opportunity. Puck was in his skates. Stick was tied up, and the puck goes back into the Vegas zone, and they reconnect. It's McNabb. Miniature Morpheus. Good to see Zelly getting some ice time. Amen to that. I like Zellweger. I think he's a good player. Karlsson through center with speed to Minchikov, and that puck goes off his stick. All right, just had to get some coffee in me. Let's go. Rasmus Anderson fires the puck along the boards and out, and I don't know if that puck touched anybody, but that looks like an icing. The way Leo Karlsson is casually skating after it. Issa said the Ducks need to lock in. Lock in, Ducks. Showtime says, hey, Adam, did you have a good Mother's Day? I sure did. I saw my mother and I saw my mother-in-law. Both great women. Apparently, there's a line brawl in the Habs Sabres game. Miniature Morpheus, long day working at Target, drive up. LOL. Target drive up. What's Target drive up? Is that like a? We don't have Targets in Canada. We had it for like a. Oh, so you pre-order it, you drive up, and then they just bring it to you. That's what a great service. I love that. We gotta get some of that. Does Canadian Tire still have that? That's great. I like that. I'm at the age as a parent where I like going to Canadian Tire and just going, what do you guys have? Puck out front, Ian Moore. Shot! Ooh, Barbashev just got in the way, and I think it might have hit him and went into the crowd. Ian Moore versus Carter Hart one-on-one there. Well, listen, Miniature Morpheus, that sounds like, as a person who is a working Target walk-ups, carrying people's bags to their cars every day, it's a tough gig. You probably got pretty strong arms, though. Probably got some good beef, you know? Hayden says it would be hard seeing the snacks people are getting from Target and not getting any yourself. It's so true. Oh, wow. Zellweger just fired one, and Cole Smith is in serious pain. I think that's just a stinger. But that looked like it hit him in the leg where the pad is not. Watch, they're going to show this. Zellweger just lines up like it's the 80s. Oh, it hit him on the ankle. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. He's going to be black and blue after that. Blue White Flame says, I'm late, but still here. Game 4, Adam. Go Knights, go! It's been a good start for both teams. I can't say anybody's made any mistakes yet. Granlund gets kicked out of the faceoff. Seneca's going to take this. Lacombe to Killorn. Killorn puts it behind the net. Seneca able to stop it up. Only the one shot in the game by Anaheim. Kind of waiting on this. You know, again, it's that little bit of a staring match at the beginning of these early seconds and these early minutes. Lacombe through center. McTavish behind the net. Trying to keep that spot in the lineup after getting scratched last game. Trouba with a shot. And a good setup there by Granlund. Or Gauthier, excuse me. Trouba had a good shot and then went right in front of the net where, you know, he could cause a little bit of shit. As did Cutter Gauthier, where he also does a lot of his shit causing. His shithousery. The Zamboni driver said, I am watching this game on a Canadian Tire purchase television. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I like to hear. Gotta love Canadian Tire. Flo Celli, love the Canadian Tire Christmas ornament section in August. Yo, Canadian Tire right now is peak Canadian Tire because it's gardening season. I got my daughter a little gardening bench, and we're gonna grow some herbs this summer. And I got a little timed thing for the sprinkler system that's going to attach to it, so it'll water it a little bit in the morning, water it a little bit at night. Oh baby, I'm ready to dad out. And we're growing sunflowers. And we're growing them on a patio that we have, which is attached to our condo. So let's just say it's going to be a crowded patio. 6-2 final in the Montreal game. Expect many people to come over from Steve's stream to this one very, very soon. Just another great game, that Montreal-Buffalo game. Buffalo scoring early. Montreal just looking, honestly, frankly, let's call it what it was. That's 2 games in a row. They flat out outclassed the Buffalo Sabres. Here we go. Paling away. He's got somebody with him. Shot. Paling. Rebound. And that's the first tough save of the game for Carter Hart. Actually, for either goalie. And the puck squeaks out past the blue line. Minchikov with it. Hard to imagine, Minchikov playing such a pivotal role in this Ducks defense that at one point this season he had requested a trade. I don't think he's requesting a trade now, but it is amazing how your fortunes can change, isn't it? Uh-oh, big hit. Ian Moore hit from behind by Cole Smith. Smith is back on the ice, and then he hit someone else from behind, but he's just out there causing chaos. It was Olin Zellweger who went down. Puck kind of flying around in the Vegas zone. Still no shots for Vegas. We're almost 7 minutes in here, but it looks like they're going to get one on this one. Oh, Dostal turned around. Doesn't know where the puck is, and it's way out. Now, that was a problem for Dostal last game. He did not have a very good game 3. Kind of lost his posts and everything. Whew! 7 minutes into this. Barbashev, great move. Dostal had to make a save, I think, on Jack Eichel. Just barely. Oh, wow. Gauthier, some hits behind the net. Killorn's got it. He's got 2 Vegas Golden Knights on him. And I think there's going to be a penalty here. Is that interference? What do we got? I think Beckett Seneca might have drawn a penalty here. Here we go. Dylan Coughlin to the box. Dylan Coughlin to the box. Granlund had to avoid him, and I think that's just straight up interference. That's what it is. So Beckett, Seneca, Granlund, all these guys are going to the power play, and I have to think that Anaheim has had a little bit of conversation internally about what to do about this Vegas penalty kill. Now, we know that Brandon Saad is in, Mark Stone is out. Mark Stone was super pissed to get injured in the last game, and it wasn't even really that crazy of a play. He kind of just skated, and it looked like he pulled a muscle. But it is worth mentioning, I think, it is worth mentioning that him not being there and him being one of the most elite penalty killers in the league is kind of, we think, going to be a factor. Now, you've still got Marner, you've still got Eichel, you've got Saad, who's probably going to kill some penalties. Colasar does it as well. It will be very interesting to see how Anaheim deals with this. They're going to have to find a way to move the puck quicker. If you notice, you can watch this. Vegas are doing this thing where they have two guys to the puck mover all the time. They're always covering the pass lane, and they're rushing the Ducks, which is going to create mistakes. It's been actually extremely effective, shockingly. And it's funny. Whenever I watch the Vegas penalty kill, I'm like, what were the Leafs doing on their PK? Not that their PK was that bad, but like they seem to be very collapsible, whereas Vegas is all over your shit all the time. LQ said, great first game of the doubleheader of SDPN hockey streams. Come on, Ducks. I need you to tie this up. Yeah, baby. Oh, the fun has only just begun. They're showing all the moms and kids on TV with all the players there. I think that's so cool. Granlund going to take this face-off draw. Nick Dowd wins it. That's been a problem for a couple of. I would say Minnesota needs to win more face-offs in that series. The Ducks been pretty good on the face-off dot, especially against Edmonton, but harder against Vegas, who objectively, outside of Vegas or Edmonton's top two guys, have better centermen. Granlund, Carlson, Kreider, back to John Carlson, to Granlund, not Leo Carlson. It's 64. 64, Adam. There's Leo Carlson, number 91, to Michael Granlund. He's going to pass that to John Carlson, to Leo Carlson. Quick passing. They're moving the puck fast here. Granlund tried to get it out front. Almost clear, but Carlson gets there, and Leo Carlson now with it. Granlund behind the net to John Carlson. Slap pass in, and Carter Hart has that through traffic. Woo! 1:14 to go on this power play. And you have to think, remember what I told you? I think that they're going to have to move this puck faster than they have in previous games, and they were moving it quick. There was not a lot of the stuff that you were seeing from the Edmonton series where they were, grabbing it and doing little dipsy doodles and stuff like that. Vegas does not give you time. And, Coach Quinville said earlier this week, it's a reminder to us that every single game in the playoffs, things get harder. Every single game. Granlund versus Carlson. William Carlson coming back has been such a boost to the Vegas Golden Knights lineup. He's such a force. He can score a bunch of goals. He plays great defense. One of the most underrated centers in the league still. Lacombe to McTavish. McTavish back in the lineup, and on the power play sets up Cutter Gauthier, which has been missing. We've been missing that shot. Now, Gauthier put that wide, but we've been missing that Gauthier shot. We need that trigger man. Hayden says it's pretty crazy to go from a healthy scratch to first power play unit. He's true. He's right. He's right. It is kind of crazy. Now, the Ducks almost just iced it, but they waved it off in a shot by Gauthier. That's two great opportunities. Shot for the point, and we got a goal. It's Beckett Seneca. What a goal. The Ducks were peppering the Vegas Golden Knights, and they get the opening goal here at the Honda Center. This power play unit is cooking tonight, and they've only just begun. But they had 3 or 4 great opportunities, both units. But this one in particular, Gauthier had 2 great shots within about 20 seconds, and it is Alex Killorn who corrals the rebound in the corner, gets it to Seneca, and it just beats, flat out beats Carter Hart through the wickets. Right in the crotch, you know? Here we go. And our numbers doubled as soon as that goal went in. How about that? And Steve Dangle apparently has just ended his stream, which is probably why we get a whole bunch of people coming in too, which is excellent. No, he's still on. No, he's still on. He's still on. I think people are just here. Giggling Cat says, boo, as I get here, boo, I say. Giggling Cat cheering for the Vegas Golden Knights, the evil empire. How could she? Why would she? You have to ask. Oh, Eichel tried to break out front of Lucas Dostal. Ducks have done a great job in the opening minutes here, just preventing any great scoring opportunities. Blue White Flame says, got a cup, Adam. That's right. Vegas does have a cup. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here with 0 cups in my lifetime. Ian Ball says, Wild City, attention all grippers. The gripper train has now arrived in Wild City. Please be sure to collect your belongings before exiting the train. Enjoy the game. You know, I like that. And it looks like, we have a penalty kill for the Ducks. Vegas has looked pretty good on the power play so far this series. Ross Johnston, not what you need from this guy. This is a dumb penalty. He just catches Barbashev through center. Now, if Barbashev sells the shit out of that, let's just call that what it is. And if this was a Florida Panthers game, I think we all know that that call is not made. But they had to call it. Now, Ross has got to be careful. He's going to have a tight whistle all series. You want to stay in the lineup, Ross. Don't be doing shit like that. Jack Eichel with the ball, that puck on the half wall. To the point shot by Shea Theodore, and a great save by Dostal through traffic. 10 seconds burned on the Vegas power play so far. Giggling Cat says, to be fair, it's not so much rooting for Vegas as rooting against Coach Q. He did his job and made McJesus cry. Now he can go. Okay, that's fair. I get that. We all have our reasons. Freak 811. Hey, hello, Adam. Hope you had a great Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to your mom, Marilyn, your daughter's mother, and your wife, along with all the other mothers on the stream. Freak 811, you're a class act. Thank you very much, sir. And happy Mother's Day to you and to anybody watching who's a mother and anybody who is watching but isn't a mother but has a mother. Please wish them a happy Mother's Day on behalf of us. Oh, Eichel in. Dostal didn't know where the puck was, and they keep slapping away at it. Hurdle was trying to dig that out. Good save by Dostal. That's 2 pretty prime opportunities for Vegas already, and we're not even a minute into this power play. This is why you don't want to give them opportunities. You can feel Vegas gaining confidence. They're gaining confidence in Carter Hart. They're gaining confidence in themselves, and William Karlsson being back has fundamentally changed this lineup. I know Mark Stone's not in it, but when you get a center like that back, it really changes things. Wes Richard, Daddy Wes, dropping 10 SDPN memberships. Welcome, Wes Richard. Thrilled to have you along. Welcoming everybody who came over from the Montreal Canadiens game, a drubbing, a floor sweeping. Can the Montreal Canadiens do the thing and get back to the East Final for the first time since 2021? Marner with the puck off the faceoff. Shot, ooh, and that's a dangerous one. Just goes a little wide on Dostal. Marner in the corner. Minchikov. Eichel's with it in the far corner. Theodore at the blue line to Eichel on the half wall. Eichel looking for a passing lane. Will he shoot? Tried to get it down low to Marner. Marner had some open space there. You could see how Anaheim is a little more tentative on their PK. They're a lot more get in the lane. Oh, and they score Dorofeyev. And Marner got slashed there, I think. But he looks like he's okay. I think he'll take the pain if it's going to be a goal. This is why Ross Johnston cannot take dumb penalties like that. Anaheim was great. The vibes were awesome. And Ross Johnston did what he did. And you let these Vegas Golden Knights in. So Marner took that one off the hand. And then I think Dorofeyev is the one that shovels it in. Oh, so Dostal had it. Oh, and he just couldn't get the fingers on it, too. It was only a matter of time before Dorofeyev got going, too. You've got to be careful. You can't have a fourth liner in the box. End of story. Not against these Knights, man. They're looking really, really strong. Ian Moore with the puck. Welcoming all the new people from the Montreal-Buffalo game. Hope you guys all enjoyed Steve Dangle's coverage. I know I certainly did. Coming into a game here where Anaheim broke the scoring open on the power play and immediately took a penalty. Ross Johnston from the fourth line in the neutral zone. A stupid penalty. Oh, wow. Leo Carlsson just got hit in the face in his own zone. Crowd is pissed. And no call on that. If they call the Ross Johnston on Barbashev, why do they not call that? Really bizarre. Referees in tonight's game, I'll be honest with you, of the two teams here, the Ducks are playing fine, the Knights are playing fine, the refs are having a questionable night as we speak. Anderson tried to get Marner with that. Trouba with it. Howden slides into the boards. Was going for the hit. Marner, I'm surprised that's not offside. Howden at the side of the net. Out front. And Coughlin let that one just go. Dostal able to make that save. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, too. Freak811 says, I have 3 mothers. I've got an adoptive mother who raised me, a biological mother who gave me life, and a mother-in-law. Shout out to the moms and the mothers-in-laws and the aunts, too. Let's not forget about the aunts. Francois Lebel, welcome to Quackapalooza. Choo-choo. Big win for the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Big, big win at the Centre Bell. And the crowd was into it, as they always are. Giggling Cat with the smiling cat emoji and dropping 5 SDPN memberships because Giggling Cat is here for Joel Quenneville's downfall. She wants him down. Sports Talk Chat, I think any team left can win the cup. Well, mathematically, that is true. But I would say that I would say you're right. But I do think, man, I just have this feeling that whoever gets through that Montreal-Buffalo series, like Carolina, they're so good, man. And they even said in their post-game interviews after the Philadelphia game, they were like, there's just something going on here. There's something feels really right here. We don't know what it is this year versus last, but we're feeling ourselves. And I was like, okay. So these guys are really confident. I mean, who wouldn't be after an 8-0 run? But the teams that I cheer for would be like, oh, we just won 8 games in a row. I hope I don't screw this up. That's not the vibe I'm getting from the Carolina Hurricanes. The vibe I'm getting from the Carolina Hurricanes is we may never lose again. So I think they're the East favorites right now. I had Buffalo going to the finals. Took a bit of a swing. I know that. But, sometimes you got to get a little crazy. The Canes, man. Dangereux. No, Hayden's like, are you gonna apologize for your Freddie Anderson take yet? I will apologize for my Freddie Anderson take when he's in the finals. He made it here last year too. Yo, when Freddie Anderson makes it through the East Finals, then I will apologize and I will buy a Freddie Anderson jersey. But until that time, I'm sticking to my guns because he made it all the way to the East Final last year and was bad. So let's see what he does in the high leverage games, and we'll go from there. Francois Lebel, Avs versus Montreal Cup final, because it would be Nordiques versus Canadians. That would be fun, too, I have to say. Emo Jalapeno, thank you for dropping 5 SDPN memberships, welcoming new people to our VIP. And the puck is back in play. It's Washi through center, dumping it in. Puck goes all the way around. I think he dumped it in a little too hard, and now he's created an odd man rush for Mitch Marner. Probably not what he wanted to do. Ross Johnston, basically the reason that the Ducks are, allowed a goal. Let's just call it what it is. Ross got a tight whistle. Joe Quenneville's got to be aware of that. And the puck back to the Vegas Golden Knights line. It was Coughlin. Polisar behind the net. Lacombe. Coughlin pinching, getting it. Granlund tips the puck past Colasar, and it's going to go just sneak out past the blue line as Alex Killorn tries to fight for it. VL with a little bit of shove at the end of that before his shift ended. Killorn gets muscled off the puck by Colasar. Man, that was a good defensive play. Oh, people are asking about the empty cubby. I'm sorry. I should put Julian's book up here. Here you go, guys. I don't know what to put because I had an Oiler thing there, and then I've got my Wild Wing, but I don't have any Vegas Golden Knights stuff. We used to have a ton of it. We used to have so many Mark Stone figurines, but we've given them all away. And it was Mark Stone holding the cup, too. It would have been perfect for tonight. Carl Brito says, Xhekaj's end of third KO. How long before his suspension? Carl, I was doing this game, so I have not seen it. I have no idea. This game started before that game ended, so your guess is as good as mine, but happy for anybody that's watching in the chat to give me an idea, because honestly, player safety is impossible to check out. I just have no idea. Never any idea what they're going to do. Ian Moore threw one on the net. McTavish tried to get there to tip it, but Carter Hart able to make the save. And Francois Labelle's in a good mood tonight. Francois Labelle. What province do you think he's from? Oh, that's right. Labelle, Provence. I think he's having a good night. I think they're having a good time in Montreal. Listen, when are they not having a good time in Montreal? They're three of the funnest cities I've ever been to in no particular order. Halifax, Nova Scotia, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Montreal, Quebec. I beg you, plead with you to find me three more fun places in this entire country. Lacombe with a shot. Gauthier. And I'm not talking about a little bit of fun. I'm talking about, wow, I'm having so much fun. If I lived here, I would probably be in trouble. McTavish with a shot. Oh, and that puck went whistling wide. So people are saying it was just a glove punch. Yeah, he probably gets a fine for that and nothing. Francois Labelle says, I felt bad about the 10 sub last time. Click like. Well, thank you. Hey, anybody here, I will ask you to do that. If you could click like, that would be super duper with the stream so we can reach more people. Okay. All right. Puck 3-on-2. Dorofeyev. Oh, and that's, wow. Dorofeyev pass was just completely interrupted by Jackson Lacombe out of midair. Trouba fighting for it behind the net. Dorofeyev along the boards. Puck is kept in by Theodore. Eichel behind the net. He's the one that grabbed it. Great forecheck. Leo Carlson, okay after that hit in his own zone. Gets the puck to Terry, but that's just a little bit off mark. Barbashev backhands that in. Barbashev, who drew the penalty, which led to the goal. He's so clutch in these playoffs, Ivan Barbashev. He's always a playoff performer. And listen, you can whine and complain about people drawing penalties or diving. He wasn't diving. That's called drawing a penalty, and there's an art to it, and he's got it down. Freak 811 says, Xhekaj socked Carrick in the horn for the third. It was violent. Since it's the playoffs, it's probably a fine. Yeah, you're probably right. Issa said, Lacombe has been a dog these playoffs. Yo, this is Lacombe's coming out party. A year or two, that guy's going to win a Norris Trophy if he keeps this up. He's got to stay healthy. He's going to win a Norris Trophy. There's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this Anaheim team next year where there wasn't this year. Scores! It's Seneca. Is that Seneca again? No, it's Granlund this time. This is just a turnover that Granlund snaps into the net. I was just talking about Barbashev being a playoff performer. How about Michael Granlund, who is looking like the free agent signing of last offseason? I don't count Mitch as that because that was a sign and trade. In terms of UFA signings, name a better one who's had a more positive impact on his team. So this is just good forechecking. Johnston and Gauthier were able to get one in on Hurdle. And Hurdle gives the puck to Granlund. He's just got a second. And in fact, when he shoots it, he actually has to put the puck through a defender's stick on Vegas. And I think that's what kind of fooled Carter Hart. That's 2 goals, by the way, through the 5-hole. Quack, quack, baby. It's 2-1 with 4:35 to go. Swag Poppy said 13 bar in Cambridge, Ontario is the saddest in Canada. I've never heard of 13 bar. Why is it sad? That's a very vague super chat. What am I supposed to? Oh, wow. Howden absolutely lights up Seneca. And Seneca's got to get his helmet. And McNabb tried to take it away from him, as you would. Lacombe. And Seneca's back. He picked the helmet up, put it back on. I always thought you had to just go to the bench, but I guess not. I guess you can just put it back on. Marner getting the stick to the back, and then he goes and kind of shoves Granlund. And Granlund after Howden now. Oh, they're going after Howden big time. They did not like that hit. Oh, here we go. A nice opportunity there. Oh, and McNabb with another hit from behind, and that is absolutely a penalty, and that's going to cause a scrum. McTavish, Gauthier. Lots of basically Vegas said, you know what? F you guys. You want to score on us? We're going to hit everybody. But, yeah, Hayden, find out who the refs are, because these guys are kind of losing control of the game already. Giggling Cat says, if you get a gifted membership but don't click like, your pillow will be forever too hot. Woo-wee! So, everybody, if you got a gifted membership, good time to remind you that gets you an extra episode of the Steve Dangle podcast every single week where we talk about non-hockey stuff, and it's really fun. It's really fun. So, McNabb is going to go for cross-checking. By the way, if you try VIP and you like it, consider subscribing full-time because it really helps us out. We're a small business. And if you never want to hear ads again, we have an ad-free tier. So it was Gauthier that got crushed from behind by McNabb, and you can't do that. The Ducks cannot let that happen to their 40-goal scorer. Riddich dropped 5 SDPN memberships. Thank you, sir. Very kind of you. Freak811. If you're a Habs fan, Jack, I did nothing wrong. Wes Richard dropped 5 more SDPN memberships. Daddy West, let's go. Giggling Cat. Boo, I blame everyone for not clicking like. That I'm assuming is when the Ducks scored. And Francois Lebel said, quack, I want a new team in the Stanley Cup final. Oh, it's Gord Dwyer. Oh. So it's Gord Dwyer and Francis Chiron that are the refs. I'll be honest with you. You get to the point with the game sometimes, I don't know if you guys follow Scouting the Ref, where you start to notice how the refs ref the game. Like, that's how much hockey you watch. You're just like, I have consumed this so much. And Gord Dwyer is low-key. I shouldn't know his name, says Hayden. And you're right. You know, here's one that'll trigger Vancouver Canucks fans. Here's a name, Kelly Sutherland. Vancouver is 0-12. In the playoffs in games that Kelly Sutherland refs. I can understand people being like, well, it's only 0-6. It's only 0-7. 0-12, you're not allowed to ref my team anymore. You're just not. Travis O'Halloran says, hey now, Sam Bennett is a good guy. Renee says Vegas tried sticking Anaheim helmet away before he picked it up. Yes, that's right. McNabb tried to get the helmet away from Seneca so he couldn't put it back on. Blank778 says, yes, Sutherland hates the Canucks. Hayden, are you able to find on Scouting the Refs what Gord Dwyer's record is with both of these teams in the playoffs? I imagine he doesn't have many games experience with the Ducks because they haven't been in so long. But still worth mentioning. Travis O'Halloran says, haha, I grew up with him. He is maybe less so on the ice. Who did you grow up with? Ferris Gorilla says, Sutherland and the Avs don't get on. Was not happy when I had seen that he was the ref for last night. Wow, so he's doing back-to-back games. It's a grind for the refs, too. Mickelson says, it sounds like you're suggesting match fixing. I'm not. I'm suggesting bias. McTavish to Gauthier, and that puck goes off the post. Great setup by McTavish, who's been very active tonight after getting health bombed last game. McTavish looking a lot more like himself. We'll just put it that way. Gauthier almost made it 3-1 right there. 15 seconds into this power play, and that's a great start for the Ducks. And it's actually been a great start for the Ducks because they actually scored on Vegas on the power play in this period, which is their first in this series. Vegas has got an unbelievable penalty kill. It is missing Mark Stone tonight, though. Lacombe to McTavish. McTavish to Gauthier. And Gauthier just missed the pass, but it was a good one. He was wide open, and it looks like Nick Dowd is going to clear this one. Hannafin dumps it in. Dostal plays it behind the net. Both teams are going to change. And you got to remember, the Ducks have two very effective, very strong penalty units. Joel Quenneville likes to use them both. And good for him, because not a lot of teams can ice that much talent, but they have a lot of scoring up and down this Ducks lineup. Toronto's had the same one-unit power play for the last decade. Can you tell I'm a little tired of it? Granlund to Carlson. Leo, to Granlund. There's so many Carlsons in this series. John Carlson sneaking in. Puck is around to Troy Terry. Terry and Leo Carlson fighting for the puck with Mitch Marner. Marner gets it. Oh, and it was kicked to Kreider at the point to Granlund. They are moving this puck around a lot faster, at least they're trying to, on this PK. And another great Vegas kill. There's only 15 seconds to go, and outside of that Cutter Gauthier shot, Anaheim not able to get much going. John Carlson, he's got Jack Eichel all over him. Look out. Oh, Eichel trips Leo Carlson, and there's no call. Okay. All right. Refs are having a bad night, guys. So if you're a player and you're playing in tonight's game and you know the refs do not have it tonight, there's zero consistency, what do? You leave no doubt. You got to go score. You got to get past it. You can't get frustrated by it. Trust me, because I was cheering for a team for many years that used to get frustrated by it. Not worth it. Just go after the game. Figure it out. Now, let me tell you this. It's so funny that people are going, well, of course they're not going to call that. You should have seen what they called earlier when the Montreal game was still on. Weak calls earlier in this game, and that was, this period. No consistency. Jay Beard says, Adam, that was a dive. Let's not try to watch this with the duck glasses on. It wasn't. Why would he dive when he's got open ice and he's got the puck? It's not a dive. Frankly, it's not. But it is the playoffs. You shouldn't call stuff like that. But they have been calling stuff like that this game. We'll see if this kind of goes back on Vegas as well, because usually it does. Usually when these things happen, it's both teams. And Vegas did get called for sort of a weak call earlier this period. Lacombe along the boards tries to get it into the dirty areas. It's Cole Smith and Nick Dowd forechecking. Trouba gets the puck turned around. The forechecking for the Vegas Golden Knights is very strong tonight. Gauthier carrying the puck in. Shot. Rebound. Tried to create a rebound for Mason McTavish off the pad. I heard somebody call it the pillow cushion. I like that. Hayden, what are the Gord Dwyer stats? What do we have? Ducks in the playoffs with Gord Dwyer are 0-1. What about Vegas in the playoffs with Gord Dwyer? Shot on net by Johnston. That's whipped wide. Good. And the Gord Dwyer ref game was the 5-1 loss to Edmonton in round one. What about Vegas? Vegas are 8-0-1 when Gord Dwyer refs a game. 3 wins in game 6s, too. Not that matters tonight. We're in game 4. Period is over. 8-0-1? And you want to tell me that's a coincidence? And they are 3-0 in game 6s when Gord Dwyer refs. Okay. All right. Listen, whenever I see Kelly Sutherland or now Gord Dwyer type stats, I think I got the right to question it. Does the 8-0-1 include regular season? People are asking. That's playoff only. That's the last 2-3 years in playoffs. Goody new shoes, just letting you know. Detroit fan in Montreal, have a great night all. I have work at 7, so I got a dip. It's been fun. Okay, so Good first period. If you're the Ducks, you're happy. If you're Vegas, you're kind of happy as well. You kind of listen. You didn't love the penalty you were called on there, but I feel like if you're Las Vegas, you're looking at this and going, okay, we're completely in this game. Yeah, they got a couple of squeakers on us. We can totally win this thing. And if you're the Ducks, you're looking at it and you're going, okay, we finally scored on the power play, and we got a good even strength goal too. Yeah. Mickelson says, it sounds like you're describing match fixing. No, I'm not. But it's worth mentioning, right? It does matter. Anyway, and you know what? Auntie makes a good point. Vegas has also been very good in the playoffs in their history. That's very true. 8-0-1, though. Not one loss. Not one. It's like Kelly Sutherland. 0-12, and I think they're 0-12. Vancouver Canucks, whenever Kelly Sutherland refs a playoff game. 0-12? Really? Last time the Canucks were in the playoffs, they were pretty good. Almost beat the Oilers. Almost went to the West Final. Okay. All right, now, Hayden, what kind of clip are we running? What can the Leafs do to keep Austin Matthews? You know what? We're going to have more on this tomorrow. I've had a whole weekend to think about it, so I won't blow it. But I'm not so sure how I feel about this, and I feel like it's going to be the theme of the week in Toronto sports talk. Let's just put it that way. Anime Cowboy says, I might be for Vegas, but I do not believe in correlation equals causation. That's fair. That's fair. Maybe that's the way it is. I'm just saying. Let's play the Austin Matthews clip. I'll see you guys at the beginning of the second period. And earlier this week, Chris Johnson posted an article about the fact that Austin Matthews hasn't made up his mind yet on whether he's going to come back, and followed it up and confirmed that even after getting the first overall pick, that hasn't changed. And who else backed him up was Elliot Friedman. Now, you've had other people in the sport say, well, I talked to so-and-so and they think this and whatever. And I know it wasn't what Leaf fans wanted to hear, but you've got the two top insiders in the game telling you Austin Matthews hasn't made up his mind yet. And we had a report a couple of days ago, or was it yesterday? I can't even tell anymore. I don't know what day it is, that John Chayka and Austin Matthews are due to meet sometime, I think, in the next week in Arizona, right, where Austin spends his off seasons. You know, I understand the negative reaction in the sense that you don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear that their best player hasn't made up their mind on coming back. But I think whether or not you want to hear it, you need to, because the Toronto Maple Leafs are facing a definitive fork in the road here. And they need to get real clarity on this very, very quickly. Everything they do in the next 8 weeks is going to determine, I think, the next half decade. Because if Austin is saying to them, okay, well, because this is what Fried said, this is what CJ said, they're literally telling you what Austin's camp, I think, wants, which is, okay, we want to see a plan, but then we want to see you execute that plan. And if the Leafs have a plan and they execute that plan, and it's not to Austin Matthews' satisfaction, he can still say, yeah, I don't want to play for you next year. And people are going, well, he's under contract and he's got a no trade and whatever. I don't know if people are new at this or whatever, but there are plenty of players with no trades that request trades and get them granted. Plenty.
You can also say no,
again, nobody wants to hear that, because I don't want to hear it either. I don't want us to be in the position that we're in. But the fact of the matter with the organization is that it fell significantly this year. And I don't know if that's totally sunk into people yet. Without this McKenna pick, Steve, they were facing a pretty bleak next 24 months, I think.
Oh, there's a reason I posted that clip of me going, boys, we're fucked. But okay, here's a way to look at this that I don't think anyone has really done. Let's say Matthews asks out.
Yeah.
That's actually better than the Marner situation. The Marner situation was Mitch, we're trading you. And he goes, no. And they go, what? And he goes, yeah, like I negotiated it in my deal so that I couldn't be traded. I'm going to have a child very soon. I don't want to be traded. It's my negotiated right to not be traded. I don't want to be traded. And they go, oh. What about now? Still no. And then guess what you get for him? Nick Waugh, and you were lucky to get that. Because what Vegas could have done is just given you nothing. Right? You were lucky to even get that, and then you parlayed Nick Waugh. If a player asks out, you're probably going to get more than Nick Waugh. Right? That's good. Now, you know what would be better? Is if a really, really, really good player who is also your captain, who is also the greatest goal scorer in franchise history, just wanted to stay. That'd be great. I'd prefer that. I think a lot of emotions are really raw and fresh. And I think we all need to take a beat here. I know the offseason is coming up and we don't actually have much time, but we need to take a beat. So there's something that I said, and then Adam, you backed it up, and you and I have different sources on this. But I said there are general managers in the NHL who will not take John Chayka's phone call. Right? And that opinion of him, that negative opinion of him, isn't just the media. It's not just Steve Simmons. It permeates. It's general managers. It's agents. It's players. Matthews has probably heard a lot of really negative things. And that's got him thinking about the future. But I said there are GMs in the NHL who won't trade with this player. You said that also. I believe it to be true. And I was thinking about it. That's really stupid.
It's extremely stupid. And by the way, if Matthews is available, everybody's picking up the phone. So I don't know what they're fucking going on about. That's the caveat, right? Like, if I want to trade a 3rd round pick for Matias Maccelli, I'm not picking up John Chayka's call.
Yeah.
If Austin Matthews is on the table, they're picking up the call. Of course they're picking up the call.
Adam, you're better at negotiating than I am. Someone calls you. Is that not advantage you?
Yes. Always.
So there's only 32 GMs. One of them calls you and you're not answering the phone because you think he's a prick? What do you make millions of dollars for?
Yep.
Yeah, you're not doing your job, right? So this is all the conversations I expanding a little bit from what you were talking about, but people hate this Chayka guy. I am not totally stoked that he's the guy who was picked. But alas, he's the guy who was picked. He was somewhat charming, although elusive, at his press conference. That video of him celebrating the 1st overall pick, I was like, well, that's, at minimum, that's a passion haver.
And yeah, the guy
right?
grew up a Leaf fan.
Yeah.
I'll take that. And we said it on Monday's show or Tuesday's show whenever we broke down the press conference. We're open to this. We're rooting for him.
Yes.
We want him to do well.
But there are GMs who behind the scenes are like, I will not take his call. And you're admitting that out loud and proud of it? Or is that just macho posturing?
I think it's macho posturing.
Well, he was mean to a friend. Like, it's one thing if Paul Bissonnette, and like this, I completely understand. It's one thing if Paul Bissonnette is like, you did something shitty to Shane Doan, and that's my friend, so F you.
Yeah, I get that.
That's really easy to understand, but like, Biz doesn't have to negotiate with him. Biz isn't trying to assemble a Stanley Cup winning team. He's doing what you and I are doing. He's just bullshitting, right? And if that's not his guy, that's not his guy, and that's fine. But if you're a GM in the NHL, it's your job to make your team better. And if the new guy is calling you with something he wants to do that could potentially make your team better, why on earth would you not answer the phone? Add to that, if it's Austin Matthews, you have made a liar out of yourself.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Austin Matthews. I don't know if there's probably not a ton of teams that could fit necessarily a $13.25 million player.
There's Steve. Every team can fit that player.
Exactly.
Every
all
team. The
31,
cap is exploding.
All 31 other teams are taking that phone call.
Yeah, you'll find a way, and the cap's going up.
Have
so
you
who cares?
lost your mind?
Yeah.
Right? So, listen, I'm not trying to trade this guy. I don't want to trade this guy. I don't think a full-blown rebuild is the way to go because you really got to thread a needle here. You have unprotected first that you've given up in the conference for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
That's not exactly when you should be trading your number one center.
Right. It's better if you keep the generational goal scorer, is what you're saying. What a take.
Yeah. I know.
And everybody wants him to stay. Everybody wants him to stay.
Yeah, this, if you were to trade him, you need significant pieces that help you now, as well as moving forward. Again, you have to protect yourself. You don't have your first for the next 2 years. 2 years. And asking Gavin McKenna to step in and be a savior immediately is unreasonable. Even when Matthews scored 40 goals his rookie year, he did most of it as the third line center.
Yeah.
With Hyman and Nylander, an all rookie line. Teams with an all rookie line generally don't get into the playoffs, right?
No.
We need to appreciate how special 2017 was. But there's so... Listen, we always make fun of the I just got here thing. There's a lot going on. There's a lot being speculated, and I'm just like, how could you possibly know that? Berube staying or going? How could you possibly know that?
I feel like that's got to be coming from not the Leafs.
Yes.
Because I don't think the Leafs are saying, I don't think the Leafs are telegraphing to anybody that what they're going to do. I genuinely don't think John Chayka and Matt Sundin know. I think they are legitimately open to him staying, should they hear what they want to hear. But I think they're also legitimately open to him going. And so that to me, when because I've heard LeBrun and Drager say it, and I'm not doubting their sources at all. They're both extraordinarily connected people within the hockey circles. But to me, that strikes me as somebody that's not a Leaf. That's somebody in the Berube camp.
No, and now let me be biased here. Anyone doubting CJ's reporting on the Matthews thing is cataclysmic cope.
Yeah, listen, I gotta be honest with you.
Get a grip.
I know it sounds weird coming from us, but even you have. He obviously we're friends with CJ. He works here, all that stuff. But you got to be kidding me, right?
Chris Johnston.
Chris Johnson.
All right.
Okay. Listen, do whatever you say, whatever you want. And what's hilarious is I don't want to believe Chris's opinion. I'm going to believe this guy's opinion because it tells me what I want to hear. The reality is the Matthews thing is up in the air. You don't have to believe it.
Yeah.
You don't have to want it. I don't want it either. But it is. It is. Elliot and CJ have both said it. I don't know what else you need.
The cognitive dissonance that I've seen out there the last few days, I do think media literacy is a crisis, but okay. TSN was negative about Chayka's hiring.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And Keith Pelly, and they were very negative about it. And people were like, well, TSN is going to be negative because Bell doesn't own the team anymore and Rogers does.
But
and that was the end of their thought. I'm like, how did you come to that conclusion about TSN and not immediately look at Sportsnet and go, oh, well, it's going to be sunshine and rainbows and gumdrops because they own the friggin' team. No, it's TSN that is evil. And what's the matter with you?
All right. Back to it, baby. Back to it. D-Fine said, wait, they're spending money to fly private or first class to meet Austin in Arizona. Look at them spending money on themselves. That report actually has since been disputed. But I know they're going to meet with Austin. We just don't know if they're flying to Arizona this week or next week or whatever the thing is. I'm going to save a lot of that talk for the podcast tomorrow. Jesse and Steve and I will be back. The reason Jesse wasn't on Friday's show was because he was sick, poor guy. And he can explain more about that if he chooses to on Friday, but on Monday, but nothing serious. Like, you don't need to worry. But it'll be great to have him back. It's just not the same when it's not the three of us. You know what I mean? Tyson Barnett, AM34 needs to be traded this week. He doesn't want to win here. He's hiding behind this, quote, off-season roster management. He doesn't want to be the solution. He quit after the Goudas hit. Well, I would say the team quit on him there. But Steve made a really good point at the time, and he said, listen, if it had been another player on the ice and Austin was there, would he have stepped in? And Steve said, and this is weeks ago, this was in March, Steve said, I think we all know the answer is no. And I think that's why a guy like Matt Sundin is a part of the Leafs, because that shit needs to change like now. Look at the Ducks. Look at Vegas. Vegas doesn't surprise anybody, right? Vegas, they're in there. They get to the dirty areas. They've won cups. We've seen that. The reason I bring up the Ducks in this scenario is that we weren't sure that they would. There's a lot of guys there that are young. They're kind of rock star goal scorers like Seneca and Gauthier. And they're not known for being that mean and physical. You've got physical guys, Goudas and Viel and Ross Johnston, that sort of thing. Killorn can be very physical. Palin can be physical. But, overall, I'm not seeing a whole ton of fighters there. But what was really interesting with the Ducks, and you saw it in the first period, Gauthier got run from behind. Who's the first guy in? Granlund. Second guy in? Seneca. So they get in and they stand up for their guys. And that it has been a problem for the Toronto Maple Leafs since this era began. And it was because it was ingrained in these guys. People forget, like, the whole Dubas Lamoriello thing was, we're not going to out-physical you. We're going to outscore you. And when you do dirty shit to us, the refs are going to call it, and we're going to get power plays, and we're going to make you pay for it. But what they found out was when you get to the playoffs, you don't get power play calls. And the dirty teams, like the Bruins of the 2010s, who were dirty as they come, and the teams that copied the Bruins of the 2010s, which is the Florida Panthers, and they do an even better job of it, run you over. They run you over. So, it's going to be a very interesting time. I don't know how they try to turn this bad boy around before training camp, but the Leafs have a decision to make. Austin might not make a decision until after free agency's over. And at that point, it's too late. That's where the majority of moves in the season happen between now and July 5th. You need to sort this out now. You need to know now. And if you don't know now, then you need to be the one picking the direction with or without him. And I think that's a really interesting thing. Hayden says he's going to look great in a Minnesota jersey. As the puck is dropped and it is into the Vegas zone, this is the fourth line for the Ducks. Third line, but a very dangerous second line, for the Vegas Golden Knights. And I think the fourth line's out there to make sure they don't get anything going. Viel with a shot. Ooh, bit of a spinorama backhand by Jeff Viel. Okay. All right, Jeff Viel. I bet Boston's watching going, where was this guy with us? Probably just didn't give him a chance. William Karlsson across the center ice line. You have to remember, sometimes these guys are really great, but the system's already stacked with good players. And I look at a guy like William Karlsson, who was selected as a guy that nobody had really heard of. Shot by Leo Carlsson is wide. Nobody had heard of William Karlsson. Nobody. Nobody knew who this guy was. And they selected him in the expansion draft. Vegas did. And he scored 40 goals his first season in Vegas. And people were like, where the hell did this come from? There's no way he repeats that. And he's been great ever since. They got him for free, right? Sometimes you got to have great pro scouting. Both of these teams do. Vegas is amazing pro scouting. And look at the Ducks. They don't miss, man. They don't miss. Now, I had to look at that Arbor Xhekaj punch to the head on Sam Carrick. Brutal, man. I finally saw it because I was already calling the game by the time that the Montreal game had ended. I don't know if that's a suspension, but it kind of looks like one. I just don't know how NHL player safety does anything. So, anyway, Yanaki said Nick Waugh turned into a stud right away. Yo, Nick Waugh was great in Toronto. We just have a bad coach. Flat out. Berube stinks, dude. And I like Craig Berube, the person. He's not the right coach for this team. He stinks. They cannot keep this man. Silent Rob says, Adam, it was actually worse. They were paid to take Carlson. They got a first and they took Clarkson, if I remember correctly. Oh, so they took the David Clarkson deal, got a first-round pick and William Karlsson. Wow, right? Because Clarkson was a Vegas Golden Knight. That's so nuts. Anaheim, by the way, dominating 5-on-5 play a lot in this series. Oh, here we go. Seneca over to Karlsson. Oh, wait, it was Killorn, Seneca out that front. Oh, awesome opportunity there for the Ducks. Not able to convert. They're going to have to keep these chances coming, keep creating. Killorn keeps the puck in. Dowd carries the puck into the Duck zone. Stops up. Looks for a pass. To the point, it's Rasmus Andersson. He had Seneca all over him. Ian Moore gets crunched. Makes a turnover. Dowd to Rasmus Andersson with a move. Out front, big save by Lucas Dostal. He stood tall. I believe it was Colton Sissons who got the rebound. Big save. Dostal looks like he's re-engaged too, and the Ducks need him because Game 3 was a bad one. But he's looking good now. Oh, out front, and another great opportunity for the Ducks. Just not able to get that rebound. Vegas has been good about that all series. Shot by Gauthier, another rebound. Again, Vegas are the ones with the rebound. Clear the puck. It's Colasar in on Ian Moore. Sorry, Lacombe. That's number 2, not number 3. Sometimes I just can't see it. Paling carries the puck through center. He's going to shoot this in. Or no, leaves it for McTavish. McTavish shot. And the puck was loose in front of Carter Hart, but nobody able to get a really good swing at it. Brandon Saad brings the puck in over Jackson Lacombe. Saad seeing his first action in this series with Mark Stone out. These Vegas Golden Knights, you got to remember, were eliminated in 5 games against the Edmonton Oilers last playoffs in the second round. It was one and done. And now they've already got 2 wins. Ducks look good tonight, but again, Vegas have been really good at finding ways to win throughout their entire history, and they found a way to win Game 1, and they just scored. Great forecheck by William Karlsson, and it's Brett Howden tying the game. Excellent, excellent forecheck by the Vegas Golden Knights as Jackson Lacombe looks to the sky. Brett Howden, who's been enemy number 1 of the Ducks, too. Count Vegas out against your own good health. Holy smokes. William Karlsson, what an unbelievable addition he's been back to this lineup, man. That's Hayden just said in my ear, that's a gross assist. It is. Absolutely gross. Wow. William Karlsson, kids. Great game. Great game in front of us. The young team versus the veteran team. And the veteran team that just refuses to go away. Brett Howden, by the way, has 7 goals these playoffs. Oh, the Ducks pressing here. Brett Howden, let me repeat that, has 7 goals in these playoffs. 7. I don't think any one of Matthews, Nylander, Marner, or Tavares in the Core 4 era ever had 7 goals in a playoff run. Sadness. Leo Carlsson to John Carlson to Leo Carlsson. Puck misses him. Minchikov down low to Troy Terry. Hannafin was able to get it up. Carlson. And whoa, Rasmus Andersson was falling, and it looked like John Carlson sort of ran him over, but really it was Rasmus that kind of tripped up John Carlson. John Carlson at the point. Puck goes down. It's Killorn. After Andersson is Beckett Seneca. And the puck is down low, and it's Jake Trouba after it, and that is going to be an icing. Francois LaBelle said, click like if you want to see Jesse heal up soon. Well, listen, we definitely want to see that. Mike Effin Bond, please wish your mom a happy Mother's Day on behalf of Gripper Nation. Oh, don't you worry. I did. She's asleep now because she gets up at like 3 a.m. So she's getting ready. She's already asleep for work. Offensive zone face-off for the Ducks. Granlund loses that one. And it's William Karlsson again, who's having a great night tonight. Very quietly putting together a great series. He's been excellent since he came back to the lineup. What a difference it makes to have William Karlsson in your lineup. Even after 8 years, what a player for these guys. Granlund. Down low to Seneca. Seneca with the puck behind the net. Knights are all over the Ducks in the defensive zone. You'll notice they hound you if you have the puck. Absolutely white on rice. Lacombe. Seneca. Lacombe with a bouncing puck. He's got Eichel on him. Trouba fires the puck down, but it's touched by a Ducks player. No icing. Denise Campbell says, there's so many Karlssons. There are 3 Karlssons. 2 with a C. Or sorry, 1 with a C. Wait, no. 2 with the C, 1 with the K. I had it right the first time. And icing called. Ducks don't like that. And Ducks fans definitely don't like that. There's some boos ringing out in the Honda Center. This is a prime fun playoff game. Like, we talk about the playoffs and they can't, we remember the Stanley Cup finals. We remember some great moments along the way, but we forget sometimes it's the best parts are the second periods where it's like a grind and you're hoping that your team wins and you're in a little bit of a flop sweat and it's Sunday night and you're going to be tired for work the next day, but you're like, you know what? That's tomorrow's problem, not right now, as the Ducks ice it. Rene says both teams here have the speed to keep up with the Avs in Minnesota. Yes, but do they have the talent level? Like, if you're watching the Avs Minnesota series, the talent level is elite. They are really beautiful teams to watch, both of them. Hayden said, what do either of these teams do against the Quinn Hughes, the movement that Quinn Hughes has? He's right. And then you look at, too, like Cale Makar. I know Hayden doesn't want to mention Cale Makar, but like Quinn is the most agile defenseman in the league, I think. Maybe Zach Rowinski a little bit, but Quinn is just so mobile. And Makar controls the ice. I don't know how you forecheck around that. Those two teams, I'm telling you, it's some of the best hockey I've seen in the playoffs. Kristen Scranton says, Adam, who's your cup winner at this point? Well, I said at the beginning of the season, and you have to remember, this is before Quinnesota. I did say I thought that the Avs were going to win the cup. And as much as Hayden hates that, I have to stick with my original pick. But I do have the Avs and Buffalo in my bracket in the playoffs or in the finals. But I have a secondary bracket through the Spark bracket where I have Minnesota winning the series because I was so impressed with their first round. So I just, I don't know. Carolina, man, they're the one team where I go, it's such a beautiful series between, here we go. Jack Eichel almost had an opportunity there. Out come the Ducks. McTavish to Gauthier. Gauthier stops up. He's got McNabb all over him. And that puck is separated from Gauthier's stick. Gauthier is going to go off, as is Paling. Carolina could smother teams because there's nobody left like the Florida Panthers, right, who can just run you over. Nobody really plays that game in these playoffs. Nobody left anyway. So I'm curious. VL, good forecheck. Washi. So yeah, I love the Ducks. I love that they've made me look like the smartest guy on earth by making the playoffs this year. But put them up against the Wild and the Avs, and I go, maybe not this year. Washi driving in college free agent. Nobody knew who this guy was a year ago. But the Ducks pro scouting staff did, and now he's their fourth line center, and he's been pretty effective. And they got him for nada. Terry leaves it for Minchikov. Minchikov breaking in, but that's broken up by Hutton. Minchikov. Down low to Terry. To Kreider. Kreider forechecking. Sissons across. 11:29 to go in the second period. Hey, I just noticed ESPN does not show the shots. Oh, now they do. Okay, 14-9 are the shots in this game. Chris Kreider, he's got Leo Carlson going to the net. Oh, and Carlson tried to redirect that, but Brett Howden was all over him. Seneca, across the blue line, gets stopped up by the mitts of Rasmus Andersson. That was just I'm going to push you in the face. Not punch you, push you in the face. Jesse Adlington said, if the ESPN broadcast has no haters, I'm dead. Is Sportsnet doing a broadcast here? This is on Sportsnet, but it is the ESPN version of it. I don't know if there's a Sportsnet version of it. Shot! Okay, so there's no Sportsnet crew on this series. Okay, got it. Eichel in the offensive zone to Shea Theodore. Shea Theodore across. Shot! And a good save. Oh, and McNabb accidentally on purpose runs into Lucas Dostal. He was pushed. But I think we got two guys going to the box, Washi and McNabb, or at least the linesman just tapping them both on the back, go and knock it off, you two kids. Stop your wrestling. Go sit down and take a drink. Trevor says ESPN announces games like the video games, just a bit hollow. There is a different energy level to them, right? Maybe that's an ESPN directive. Like, I don't think it's the guys who are, maybe they just like to keep it generic. I don't know. They don't want to outshine basketball. Well, basketball, they get crazy and loud and fun. And Dakota said, History Corner, Plague 1347. It's my PhD thing. Well, what do I can't do a History Corner on the broadcast here. We got too much game to focus on. Giggling Cat says FPL will say it stands for Florida Power and Light, but it actually means frequent power loss. What did I miss? I don't know what FPL is. Never even heard of it. What did you miss? You missed Brett Howden scoring his 7th goal of the playoffs. I can't believe Brett Howden has 7 goals. Holy shit. Still can't believe that. He had a great goal, and it was really, frankly, a great setup by William Karlsson. The third Karlsson in this series. All of them extremely effective. Dakota said, but for pod or VIP. I think we could do that for VIP. We could do that. Giggling Cat, 5 SDPN memberships, just dropping them in because Giggling Cat is here for Joe Quenneville's downfall. Goody New Shoes says Howden, almost as clutch in the playoffs as Mitch Marner. Yeah. Dolan says, Adam, the NHL games are the opposite of a rock star environment. They are literally the bit in The Simpsons where the old guys are carrying the old-timey radio instead of a boombox. Well, it doesn't need to be like that here. Listen, we don't get the fancy high-profile play calling jobs, frankly, because these guys put a lot of years and a lot of effort into it, and we're just here hanging out with you guys. But I can tell you this, we will not do unexciting streams on STPN. That's just not what we do. We're going to yell. We're going to scream. We're going to be a little bit biased. We're going to bother some people. We're going to talk to people. We're going to do super chats. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to make this fun. Corrupted Canadian says, wait, did Mitch assist on both Vegas goals? Entirely possible. I have no idea. I have not looked at the box score. 10:16 to go in the second period. So Marner's got 2 assists. Who else? Does anybody else have 2 points? No. Okay. So yeah, Marner, 2 assists. Damn. Dude's on fire, man. 6 points in his last 2. Yeah, he had a great game. Game 3 was really good to him. He was everywhere. McTavish along the boards, gets the puck over to Gauthier. Gauthier to Zellweger. Zellweger gets that puck deep. Vegas trying to break out here. It's Sissons, cross the red line. Gets the puck taken off his stick. Paling gets it back to his defense. It's Zellweger again. Through center. Gauthier throws the puck down low to Carter Hart. A lot of long passes on both of these teams. It seems like they both kind of want to avoid the neutral zone at all costs. Washi. Down low. Terry had to catch that out of thin air and drop it on his stick. Trouba winds, shoots. That hits a body and goes wide. VL. VL around the net to Lacombe. Lacombe to Trouba. Washi. VL with a shot. Oh, Carter Hart just made a really good save. That was a sneaky shot by VL, and he just goes right in to cause some shit, too. And you saw 2 Vegas Golden Knights go, nope, not going to let you do that. Not going to let you do that. Hayden just threw something in the chat which says, help the stream and hit like. That would be super duper if you guys could. How many likes do we have? I don't even know. I can't even tell. How many? It doesn't even tell me on the back end. How many likes do we have? We have 410 likes. Guys, can we do a little better than 410? Can we get to 500? I feel like we can. All you have to do is go, just click that thing over that thing and just click like. And because we want to get more people in. It's Sunday night. We're watching an exciting hockey game. Let's make this happen. And we're going back to commercial break. I'm just going to take a little sip of water here. Listen. Now I think with this game, we're looking at a scenario where the next team that blinks is in trouble. Because if Anaheim allows the next goal, you know what Vegas is going to do. They're going to park the bus. They're going to make it impossible for you to get any scoring opportunities. They're already kind of doing that. But they can't fully park the bus without the lead because they still need to make some plays in the offensive zone, try to get a goal. And it could come down to the person that takes the next penalty. Both teams have scored on the power play in this game. Could be somebody in the neutral zone just gets the puck in their skates, can't handle it. It is like inches right now. And I think that's what makes it so cool. Ducks opened the scoring. Vegas tied it up. Ducks scored again. Vegas tied it up. Will that pattern continue? And because here's the thing, Vegas gets the goal scored against them, and that kind of benefits the Ducks. Obviously, the Ducks having the lead benefits the Ducks, but they need to get Vegas to open up. Because if Vegas opens up their game, that benefits the Ducks because that's the Ducks' game. Vegas closing it off, that's Vegas's game. It's kind of interesting. 2 completely different philosophies. Stubby says, Adam, could you talk us through the concept of bus parking? It's easy. Stop the team up at the blue line or cloud the neutral zone to the point where they can't get an offensive zone entry. That's what you need. Look at that little baby in the crowd. Hayden said basically when he was playing that if you got into the offensive zone, you're trying to park the bus, only one forward goes below the blue line into the offensive zone. And that's probably a pretty good way to look at it. Oh, good interception by John Carlson. And that is a good save by Carter Hart off the shoulder into the netting. John Carlson. This guy's 37, man. And he just jumped in on that, caught just an errant pass. Vintage John Carlson, by the way. Look at how this play develops. Hannafin gets the puck to nobody, just fires it off the boards. And, oh, okay. Hannafin did clean that up. I thought it went off of Hart, but it went off of Hannafin's stick. Still, nice read by John Carlson. Nice read by Noah Hannafin. Granlund against Howden. Carlson, excuse me. Carlson wins that draw. He's been Will Carlson, guys. He's putting together a night. Trouba. Puck to center. Lacombe carries it, fires it in. Ducks after it. Vegas comes up with it. Oh, Killorn just missed a hit on Hannafin. Francois Lebel says that baby is a quackling. That's funny. William Karlsson with a shot. Oh, that was dangerous. Marner did not shoot. He had a wide open opportunity to shoot that puck on the net, but he was looking for the perfect play. And that one would have been a great play had it worked. But here we go. Marner, Theodore, 2-on-1. And the Theodore gets the play broken up by Trouba. Don't worry, he's got it back to the point. Oh, and the Vegas Golden Knights with two beautiful opportunities, but a good save by Lucas Dostal on that one. I'm surprised Marner didn't shoot there. He's got a great shot. I get what he was doing. So Carlson shoots this. Good shot by Dostal. Goes off the stick of Trouba. Marner needs to shoot here. But then they didn't show it on TV. And then great play by Trouba to just break up the scoring opportunity, allow Lacombe and Seneca to get in position to play a good little defense there. Dostal, man. Dostal. Tara said, the Golden Knights can't score. They can only just stand there and block things, and they do that very well. They're doing a great job blocking shots. They're doing a great job clearing rebounds. That, I would say, is their strength in this series. They're clearing every rebound. Theodore with a shot, and that is saved by Dostal, who gets run by Barbashev, and that's going to draw a crowd. And the ref's telling them to knock it off. Knock it off, you kids. .746 remaining in the second period. You know, for playoff beards, it's always funny watching rookies. Beckett Seneca's playoff beard is like what my face looks like if I don't shave for a week. Oh, I miss those days. Shaving sucks. Okay, here we go. Good face-off win by Washi to Theodore. Theodore across the ice to McNabb. McNabb with the shot on. That's blocked. Back to the point. Theodore keeps it in. McNabb tries to get it in. He does. And the Vegas Golden Knights just miss an opportunity. Bouncing puck just went wide of the net, and the Ducks clear. Holy, that was real close. 7:17 left in the second period. Hurdle, driving to the net. He gets stopped up by Trouba, one of the only big bodies that can stop the big body of Thomas Hurdle. Johnston tried to get the backhand pass to Jeff Viel. That was intercepted, and this puck is dumped down, and that is an icing call, but Lacombe had to race for it as Barbashev gave him some chase. Whew. Wow. Some great playing by Vegas here. Hurdle Hurdle got so close. Apparently, he hasn't scored in like 20-something games. Just, wow. You got to think that's going to change at some point as he leans in for the face-off draw. It's going to be Carlson and Tomas Hurdle. Carlson loses the face-off draw to Hurdle, but it goes back to the point. It's Minchikov. Carlson racing after it against Barbashev. Ducks keep the puck in despite the clearing attempt. And now it's Dorofeyev on his own. Minchikov racing. Dorofeev following. Carlson. John Carlson this time. There's Leo and John out there. I have to specify. Good hit by Leo Carlson. Puck goes to the point. Anaheim unable to keep it in. Minchikov makes a backhand pass. He had Barbashev breathing down his neck. Barbashev then lays the body on John Carlson. You could tell Vegas has been told, pound them, hit them. So Thomas Hertl's last goal was March 4th, according to Hayden. That is a very long time ago. 29 games. That's a long time. Seneca with a shot. Oh, what a great opportunity, and I think he fanned on it. Carter Hart had the angle, though. No rebound, cleared immediately. Very responsible defense by the Vegas Golden Knights. That is bus parking, kids. That's what it looks like. Oh, Marner almost had an opportunity there, set up by Howden. Schruber breaks that up. Killorn. And Granlund with the puck through center to Killorn. Seneca is open. Killorn looking for a passing lane. Granlund. Oh, out front to Seneca. It went off a Vegas defenseman. Seneca took a slash at it, but I think that went wide. And Marner's going to carry it out and flip it past center just perfectly so that it is not an icing. Wow, Hertl's also a minus 13 in that time. Well, that's a bummer. If you're not going to score much, though, I think that can happen. Shot 16-12 with 5 minutes to go in the second period. It's been a good second period. It's been very good hockey. There's a little bit of intensity on the ice as Nick Dowd stops up. Cole Smith behind the net. Good forechecking line for the Vegas Golden Knights. Their fourth line and Anaheim's fourth line, both very effective in their assignments. Ian Moore on Dowd. What a trade Dowd turned out to be. Everybody's like, really? Just Nick Dowd, huh? Vegas did well getting Nick Dowd. He's been really strong. Gauthier chasing the puck into the Vegas zone. Played by Carter Hart. Minchikov pinching. Oh, puck is kept in by Poehling. Poehling's got it. Gauthier's got it in a shot. He got that puck off quick, but a good save by the shoulder of Carter Hart. And the puck is out, and I believe this is going to be an icing on the Vegas Golden Knights. Wow. Woo! Tense moments. Tense moments. Craig, not Greg, said, this guy, Carl, has a lot of sons. You know Craig, not Greg? It's pretty good. I got to give it to you. I got to give it to you. Blended Family says, was Hertl on Vegas when they won the Cup? He was not. I think he joined the year later. Leo Carlson against Dowd, who's pretty tired, I think, at this point. Ducks really need to win this face-off draw, and they get possession. I don't know if that counts as a face-off win. Leo Carlson with the puck. Carlson's got out front, tried the wraparound. Carter Hart was on his knees, could not get up in time, but the Vegas defense able to get there, interrupt that play just in time. Down low is Troy Terry. Terry looking for a passing lane. Passing lanes all taken up by Vegas Golden Knights skates and sticks. Terry along the half wall. And there's going to be a penalty on the Vegas Golden Knights. 6-on-5 now. John Carlson is on the ice. Granlund is the guy back, and Nick Dowd touches it. And we have, it looks like Vegas is trying to draw a penalty here too. So that way they don't have Kreider just gets a nice stick to the face. And Hutton then grabs his neck. You don't want to take a penalty now. You want to take this power play. You got 3:17 left in the second period. This is a great opportunity for the Ducks, but equally great for the Vegas Golden Knights in the sense that, like, you're probably going, Adam, what are you freaking talking about? Here's the thing. Vegas's PK is unbelievable. And I know Mark Stone's not in the lineup, but they've been unbelievable. And they seem to get a boost every time they kill a penalty. Like, they seem to get off on this. We're going to go to... Okay, that's a light call. I did not think that would... Seeing that replay, that's a light call. But okay. We have a commercial break here, and then we're rocking a party. What, Hayden? What do you got? Hayden says, "Does last night's Wild win make me believe that they can beat the Avs?" Listen, I always believed they could beat the Avs. The question was how. How were they going to beat them? And you know what they did last night? Skated the Avs to death. Their puck movement and their passing was so crisp. And when the Wild are confident and feeling themselves, they can beat anybody. I was impressed with. I mean, Quinn Hughes was unbelievable last night. He's been so good. But a guy, Ryan Hartman, continues to be like, I'm impressed by the maturity in his game. Hartman is a guy who I just kind of thought was a very good player who was also mostly crazy. But he's kind of kept the crazy down and kept the good play up. It's been great. Hayden says he's having a Marchand evolution. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Andrew says, Avs had a bad game. Why did they have a bad game, though? Because Minnesota had a good one. Flurba says, we're all siding with Hayden over Drew. I can see that. Two. 2 minutes on the power play clock. 3:17 remaining in the second period. Jack Eichel wins the faceoff draw. Killorn is able to get through the Vegas defenders and try to get that puck, and the puck stays in. It's Lacombe. Lacombe has that puck intercepted. Here comes William Karlsson. We got a 2-on-1 with Jack Eichel, both great skaters. And Lacombe is able to at least break that up before anything happens on the rush. Seneca now carrying the puck out. He's got Karlsson after him. That was a heavy skate for those guys. They have no time to change. Lacombe drops it for McTavish as the Ducks gain the zone. Killorn. Back to the point. It's Lacombe to McTavish. Lacombe. Shot by Doce. And that is blocked by McNabb. What a great block. He saw that coming from a mile away. And the puck is cleared out. 1:11 left on the Anaheim power play. Mo Bailey says, can we get a whole intermission of Hayden's cats? I don't know. Hayden, do you have enough for a whole intermission? Hayden's like, he's like, the longest I got is 35 seconds. He does have a surprise later. Gauthier. Killorn out front. Killorn scores! That's just a heavy goal. Killorn just muscled that. Willed that through Carter Hart, and the Ducks are up 3-2. A gigantic goal at the end of this period. This is the third Ducks lead of the game. The question will be, can they hold on to it? But right now, a sigh of relief in the Honda Center. 2:02 remaining in the second, and Seneca made a great play in the neutral zone. Got the puck in. Gauthier leaves it for Killorn, and Killorn just fires that one past Hart. That's a gritty goal right there. Wes Richard dropping 5 SDPN memberships. Daddy Wes, baby. And one thing that I think has been an important note in this series is how good Carter Hart has looked in net. If you can get that confidence off, if you can get him off his game again, if you're the Ducks, you're going to win this series. They haven't been able to do it yet. Get in his space. And you saw that in the first round. Carter Hart wasn't that good. Karlsson has his puck intercepted. Ducks are playing around with it in their own zone. Karlsson able to get it out. Chris Kreider. Excuse me. Hannafin was able to catch that before Kreider caught him. Leo Karlsson with the interception at center. Gives it to Kreider. Kreider avoids the hit from Hannafin. Karlsson and Eichel going into the corner, tied up with each other. Barbashev through center. dumps it in, and it's Dorofeyev after it. John Carlson fighting for position with him. Can't keep my mouth going as fast as the play is. Troy Terry dumps the puck in. Puck to center. Shot from the blue line. Marner with it. Oh, and VL's got an opportunity here. He takes a slash at it. And Theodore was there. Still gave people some excitement. 55 seconds to go. Marner behind the Vegas net. Chips the puck out to the blue line. Theodore. Stops up. Save. Dostal not able to grab it. And it was real close. Real close. "30 seconds to go in the second period. "25 seconds to go. Anaheim through center. And Seneca is just trying to keep that puck away. Washi takes the hit, gets the puck down low to goal scorer Killorn. Shot! And a good save off the stick of Cutter Gauthier is Carter Hart. 5 seconds to go in this period, and the Ducks are going to go to the intermission up a goal. It was a really good period, and we got a fight happening now. I think there's going to be... it's Seneca and Dowd going at each other. And I don't know if we're going to start the third with a power play here or not. It might be Seneca. Could be a 4-on-4 to start. Oh, now we got some more jostling. Cole Smith getting involved. Killorn getting a couple of pot shots in there. I think we're going to have some penalties. I think it's going to be a 4-on-4 here. Man, Nick Dowd, what a pickup. I know I said it earlier in the game. What a pickup for Vegas. We'll see what the penalties are. I don't think they're going to tell us beforehand. So Seneca just goes after Dowd here. It's just Seneca. That's it. But Seneca got cross-checked by Dowd. Seneca didn't even cross-check Dowd. Oh, there he goes. But he missed him. He cross-checked over his back, and they're going to call that? Now, I can understand a roughing call, but cross-checking? Well, the Vegas Golden Knights are going to start the third period on the power play. That is an undisciplined penalty by Beckett Seneca. Zero need to take that. You do not need to take that. Wow. The stick didn't even hit him. And they get... Listen. I know people think I'm biased in favor of the Ducks. I don't have a horse in this race, but I will tell you, at least change the call to roughing. Don't embarrass yourself, refs. Come on. That's embarrassing. Now, time for us to go take a quick break. What clip are we playing here, Producer Hayden? No. Let's keep going. Can the Leafs rebuild their decor? We got to stop running Leafs clips here, man. All right, fire it up. I'm done with the Leafs. Let's stop talking about them in these games, for God's sakes. All right, throw it in there, and we'll be back at the beginning of the third period. When it comes to Gavin McKenna, who I think the Leafs are going to pick, and you're going to get, I mean, you got to have the conversation of, well, what about Ivar Stenberg, and what about Chase Reed? We know they like Chase Reed. Ivar Stenberg might be ready next season faster than Gavin McKenna is. I was listening to a really good, and I think we're probably going to have Scott on, but I had Scott Wheeler was on Leaf Report.
I texted him, and I go, hey, man, do you like podcasts?
What did he say?
He said, I haven't done enough of them this week. What's one more? So we'll get him on. I haven't responded.
He has some great... I was texting him too, but I hadn't invited him on yet because I'm like, this guy's going to get just slammed with requests.
Yeah.
But, it was interesting because he said, this draft isn't like the Celebrini draft, right? where you had Carlson and Celebrini and that sort of thing. Or those 2 draft years, I guess, with Bedard and Celebrini and Carlson. But, McKenna is a left winger who is a perimeter vision playmaker. He's too skinny right now. Let's just call it what it is. He's too skinny. He's put on a little bit of weight at Penn State.
He's tall.
Needs to put on more muscle. But, they're 18 and they can eat 40 hamburgers a day and never gain a pound. Like, that's just that's being 18. Beyond that, there are questions about compete level. There are questions about, he's got some bad habits I think that they're going to have to iron out. And I want to temper Leaf fans' expectations on this guy. And if he blows us away, that's great.
Yeah.
But if you're expecting him to come in and be what Austin was when he came in, don't. Like, you got to remember
40
too,
goals, guys.
Like Mitch Marner only had 60-something points. I think 67 points his first season.
That would be an incredible outcome.
And Mitch was a great player out of junior when he didn't have the puck. Still a very strong defensive player.
Yeah.
Gavin is not. So you're seeing elite, potentially elite level. So you're seeing comparisons to Patrick Kane and Kucherov and stuff like that. First off, it'd be a long time before he gets there. We're talking about wingers who can control a power play, dominate the ice when they're on it, find guys, make everybody better. Gavin, when he's feeling it, can do that. But if you're expecting him to come in and explode and become amazing, listen, I hope he does. But even Macklin Celebrini didn't have the best rookie season.
No.
It was good.
It was good.
And so you need to have that expectation of, if Gavin McKenna's the guy, and I think he will be, you got to make sure that you understand that he's not going to come in and be Nylander or Matthews in their prime. Those guys took a long time to get to where they are.
50 points would be, I think, a pretty incredible outcome.
Exactly. And you got to see
in
flashes of that eliteness, right? Jack, one thing that Scott brought up was Jack Hughes' first season. Was good.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't great. Was good. You could see it, though, and it starts to come together in year 2 and year 3.
It's so rare that a guy... Well, and so there have been criticisms of McKenna and his defensive play and his compete level. And I'm like, man, if 129 points in 56 games in the WHL at age 16 is him not trying... And like the Medicine Hat Tigers won that year. He had 38 points in 16 playoff games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Like, okay, 51 points in 35 games at Penn State. And like something else like that people are forgetting about McKenna a little bit is he's sort of a canary in a coal mine here.
In what way?
He was an elite, definitely number 1 overall pick in his year before draft year. And
at that, by the way, comparable numbers in his year before draft year is Connor McDavid.
Awesome. Great.
Comp numbers. Crazy.
Insane. He had 26 points more than the next closest teammate of his. So he had 129. Mm-hmm. Ozzy Weisblatt had 103. The next closest guy on the Medicine Hat Tigers had 61.
Oh, jeez.
He had more than double the guy at third.
Wow.
Do you understand? At 16.
Yep.
At 16.
Yep.
Right? But so he's the number 1 consensus guy. Then he goes to university.
Mm-hmm.
No one else, I can't think of anyone else who has ever done that. On account of it was illegal. It was against the rules.
And Steve, he's going to play in university before you get to the stats. Guys that could be as old as 23 or 24.
Yes.
And he did struggle the first half of the season, but what happened in the second half?
He didn't struggle. He had 51 points. The next closest guy had 42.
In NCAA, 51 points. And that's with the first half of his season struggling.
Yes, and just like going through the other top scorers on his team, 21, 20, 21, 21, 20. Jackson Smith was 18. Luke Misa is 19, then 23, 23, 23, 23. These guys are grown men,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
if his development in his draft year seemed a little wonky, I would absolutely believe it because he's taking a path like Austin Matthews that hasn't really been done before. Matthews went through the American developmental program and then was like, I'm going to give Switzerland a shot because I don't know, why the hell not? McKenna is the first high-profile draft year guy to do this because it was previously not allowed. So I'm not surprised that he struggled at first. I'm not surprised he got better.
And that's maybe we can look at his NCAA season and go, that's kind of how we think maybe the NHL might go for him, which is you struggle just a little bit at first, and then you start to get it.
Yeah.
You know, like in the back half of the year. So what that does, though, with the Leafs timeline is, okay, so you got McKenna. You're going to bring him in. Your top six looks something like this. McKenna, Matthews, Nyes, right? Cowan, Tavares, Nylander.
All right.
That's not bad. Now, you do have to, and Jonas Siegel wrote this in his article, you got to get a second-line center. You have to get, like, no disrespect to John Tavares, you've got to find a second-line center, and you got to do it, like, now.
Yeah.
And the other thing they have to do is they got to remake the defense. I think Tanev's going to come back, and he's going to be fine. But you can't play him 26 minutes a night in the regular season. He's got to be more like 18 to 19, right? He's going to be 37, man.
I go back and forth on OEL. I don't know. I love the way he plays so much, but maybe it's the best move to move him.
You could get a king's ransom. I think Morgan Riley. So I've heard a couple of things in the last couple of days. One person who I very much trust said, this is the window to trade him.
Yep.
And he'd be willing to accept it. Another person who I really trust said, well, okay, but if you fire Berube and you see what Morgan Riley is under another coach,
what are we doing?
So you say no. Because I think it is notable, and I've been number one Morgan Riley got to go guy for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Right? In fact, I go all the way back to their series against Florida in the second round in 2023, and I go, like, he's got to go. But, Steve, Matthews' two worst offensive seasons have happened under Craig Berube. Morgan Riley's two worst overall seasons have happened under Craig Berube.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Morgan Riley's ever going to live up to that contract here in Toronto. But if you have him playing third-line minutes or second-line minutes...
I'm already out based on your description.
You're already out.
I'm already out. He makes $7.5 million. What are we talking about, third pair? No.
Okay.
He's still a very capable offensive player. He always elevates in the playoffs. Like even
He does.
Like last year, he had 4 goals, 7 points in 13 games.
It's amazing.
He had the other year that they actually won around, he had 12 points in 11 games. The year before that, he had 6 points in 7 games. Career playoffs for Mo. In 70 games, 15 goals, 32 assists, 47 points. You would never know that guy's on a team that can never win.
No.
Just based on his individual stats, right? He does elevate, and that's great, but it's 82 games. And I know the cap is going up. I just think you got to spend that a little more cleverly.
What did you think of the report that came out of Edmonton that the at the trade deadline for OEL and McMahon or something like that, Darnell Nurse was going to be the return?
Yo.
I don't know if that's Edmonton trying to offload him and Toronto saying no, or if there was legitimate interest there, but I'm terrified of what that imagine we're living in a world.
I simply don't believe that. Doesn't make any sense. Like, how is it first round pick for Dickinson and then a very comparable package from the Leafs is somehow Nurse? I wouldn't be surprised if Nurse was discussed, but like that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it might have been a part of the deal. The other thing that keeps popping up, and I think people should keep an open mind with, is, Matthew Nyes' name has now been connected to New Jersey. I think that was around Simon Nemec, who, remember, defensemen like Simon Nemec, as much as he had a tougher year than I think people expected him to, in New Jersey. This guy's like 22. He was a top 5 pick. I think he was 3rd or 2nd overall.
Second.
And he is 22. I just want to keep going. I want to repeat the fact that he's 22.
Yeah.
Jackson Lacombe, who's having his coming out party nationally now, is like 24, 25. It takes a long, long, long time. If you have a top 6 already, Steve, of let's say Matthews wants to stay and Nylander's good and whatever, you've already got the top 6 worked out. Do you move a guy like Nyes to Chicago is the name that keeps coming up. Montreal came up before the trade deadline. New Jersey came up before the trade deadline. Is it a Nemec or a Levshinov or, there was a Montreal prospect out of Russia who's apparently, I keep forgetting his name.
Oh, starts with a Z.
Yeah.
Zharkov,
I think. Well, maybe we were sounding like Keith Pelly now, not knowing the prospects' names off by heart.
Yeah,
or
Hagee. But we don't claim to.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. My point is, like, and Jonas and James were talking about this, and I'm like, I find it hard. They do need to remake the defense, and one of the things John Chayka said is we got to rebuild from the back end, right? We got to build from the back end. I don't know how you do that without parting with something great. And I do think Ben Danford's going to play NHL games this year, but I don't know that he's a full-timer. And so is he, are you not trying to get him as many minutes as possible with the Marlies? And then, get him to mentor under Chris Tanev, perhaps, because you want to turn him into that. Like, I don't know how. I don't think
Zharovsky, by the way.
Zharovsky, thank you. I don't think you can go to Arizona and have this meeting with Austin Matthews and go, we're going to be a contender in October. I think you have to say, Austin, if you want to stay, we want you here because we would never want you to go. But the idea that we're going to be able to do this in a summer is probably impossible.
Right.
Because ultimately, Steve, it makes way more sense to keep a guy like Matthew Nyes, to me. Unless you're getting I don't know, like a Rowinski level, Adam Fox, Simon Nemec on the younger end. Like, you got to get a name that's like a number 1 guy. And I don't know, like, is Cowan a guy that they move? Like, this is where it gets like, it's your ice cream analogy. I want the ice cream that's $1.50, but no matter how many times I rearrange my quarters, I've only got $1.25.
Right. And the good news is they got the first overall pick, and you have more options than you did a week ago. You look at every criticism of the Leafs from last year. I just don't come away with the conclusion that Matthew Nyes is the guy that you need to move. I understand he's got a lot of value. I do. Yeah. But I think that's such a key part of your team going forward.
Back at it, third period. Let's go. Woo! And also Cats. We love Hayden and his Cats. He's the best. All right. I had a double espresso. It's 11:50, so let's get friggin' crazy for the third period, all right? Let's go. Let's go. I can't wait for this third period. Like, this series has been low-key really, really good. I don't think a lot of people in the East are paying attention to it the way that they should, but you're here and you're hanging with me, so you know. You're already here, you know. Now, let me tweet this out to all the suckers who don't even know that we're still doing this. We're awake. All right, boom. We're awake and watching the third Gripper Nation. Let's do this. Boom. Okay. So the Ducks are going to start this power play. Start this period on the PK. Now, the Golden Knights were very, very good on the power play in this game so far. They've had some really great opportunities. Obviously, the goal. So this is going to be this ain't great for the Ducks to start this way. This is again, the Ross Johnston penalty that led to the first Golden Knights goal in the first period, undisciplined. This Beckett-Seneca penalty, undisciplined. Penalties you just do not need to take. Now the Ducks have got to make something of this, or the Golden Knights could tie it. Oh, and a good shot on by Shea Theodore. Mitch Marner almost had that. He's got 2 points tonight, assisted on both Golden Knights goals. Marner around to Eichel. So Theodore with a shot and a good save by Lucas Dostal, and the puck goes out. I almost forgot this. Shea Theodore started his career with the Ducks. He was claimed in the expansion draft as well. Theodore and William Karlsson, still a member, played in basically almost every Golden Knights games. I know obviously that they've had injuries and that sort of thing, but what a draft that was for the Golden Knights. And it was so funny because Seattle did such a bad job with theirs, and everybody sort of was like, well, you know, Vegas did it, and then everybody got wise to what Vegas did. I'm like, no, Seattle just did a bad job. And look at the first 5 years of Vegas's franchise and look at the first 5 years of Seattle's franchise. They did change the rules a little bit for the expansion draft. You're right. Yeah, they couldn't make the yeah, but still. Listen. Oh, Carter Hart just fell down, and Washi just gave him a nice snow job. And the ref's like, hey, don't do that. And then Hurdle and Eichel are like, you can't do that. Washi did he just gave him a good snow job. I got a penalty for doing that once at a tournament. I gave the goalie a good snow job. Not a good idea. Dumb reason to take a penalty. And by the way, Carter Hart had to redirect that puck with his stick to make sure that it didn't get anywhere close to the net. I wonder if it's just maybe the ice being a little bit wet there. Hilarious. They did. Hayden is right. He's saying in my ear, he's like, they changed the rules for the Seattle expansion draft, and they did. But Seattle still did a horrific job and have done a horrific job ever since. It's just not a very good team. So we got a minute burned on this power play, 56 seconds to go. Shea Theodore carrying the puck out. Knights gain the zone. Dorofeyev, who had a goal earlier tonight, tried to get it to Hurdle, who hasn't had a goal since March 4th, we found out tonight, which is unbelievable when you think about it. This is Thomas Hurdle. Eichel. Along the half wall, it's Marner. In deep. Dostal makes the first save. Hurdle with the rebound. And they were not able to clear it. Oh, and that, wow. Paling got tripped up going into the boards, but he's okay and up. And that puck is cleared. Ducks fans are loving it. 15 seconds to go before they spring Beckett-Seneca. Some really good opportunities for the Golden Knights, though. Ducks have got to be careful. The Knights looking dangerous on the power play. 5-on-5, a little less so. Power play? Yikes. That's a damn good power play. So this power play is killed. We're back to 5-on-5, and it's John Carlson. Oh, no. John Carlson just gave the puck away in the worst way. That is not something you expect from a veteran defenseman. He had a wide open defensive partner, and he instead decided to go for the backhand, no look, and nobody was there. Hanovan with a shot, and it's led to this. Whew, Ducks get lucky again. Sloppy play. Francois Lebel says snow job sounds so dirty. It does. You're right. Demon Hunter Mog says, here we're cool. We use words like suckas. Also, stoked for the night shift, SDPN. Shout out to the whole production team. VIP was awesome this week. Thank you, Demon Hunter. We love you. We appreciate you. We do what we can. Trouba with the shot in. We just want to create great shit that you guys love. That's all we want to do, honestly. Lacombe to Trouba. Trouba not able to get his puck or his stick on the puck. Barbashev chips that puck out. And it's Trouba. Lacombe to Trouba. Cutter Gauthier through center. Makes a move around Kolasar. Shot! Oh, and it just went wide of heart, but there was a good rebound there. McTavish not there in time. McTavish back in the lineup after being scratched last game. He's looked a lot more like himself, that's for sure. Gauthier. Puck to Moore. Moore. Stutter scores! Ian Moore! And everybody's pointing to him. I think it was not redirected. Ian Moore just found a corner, and the Ducks are up 2 with 16-17 left to go in the third period. It has been 8 long years since the Ducks won a game at home in the second round. Is tonight the night? Well, it's still too early to tell. No lead is safe. Ian Moore just does a nice little stutter step there. And what's great about this is it's a bit of a knuckle puck. It's up on its side. Look at him. See, it's just sort of flopping around. And look at that. Right through Carter Hart. And you could see how excited his teammates are for him. Clearly a really liked guy. They were looking at him going, it was you! Ah! Cutter Gauthier with the great vision there, too. Let's not lose facts. Let's not lose 61 in this one. Killorn. There's a lot of quacks in the chat. A lot of Ducks fans here tonight. By the way, if you are a Knights fan or a Ducks fan, and you got friends that are fans, and they're watching at home, if you wouldn't mind, try sharing this video with them. Maybe they've never seen us do a stream. Maybe they don't know about Gripper Nation. Just click that share button. You can click that like button. You can click that share button. We want to bring more people in. If you know somebody that might enjoy this, ask them to give it a shot. It's a weird thing, right? When I tell people what we do here with these streams, they're like, you do what? You do live reactions to the stream? What is that? Well, it's this. And Ross Johnston gets the puck in. Theodore pushes him to the side. Trouba with the shot. Carlson. VL gets the puck into the Knight zone. Oh, puck along the blue line. Woo! And that was close. That was close. I think there was a hand pass there. Whew. Master Chief said, I'm at the Honda Center right now, and the crowd went wild. I bet it did. I bet it did. This has been an exciting start to the third. Hayden's even saying that in my ear right now. He said, it's not even midnight. Wow, it's just midnight now. Happy Monday, everybody. We're going to be here every single day this week, by the way. Because I think this game, well, we'll see what this game does, but the Colorado Avalanche and Minnesota Wild are playing tomorrow. Puck is out. The Ducks and Vegas Golden Knights are playing Tuesday. That could be, if the Golden Knights won tonight, that could be the last game of this series. But I don't think that's going to be the case. And then we would at least get Avs Wild on Wednesday, because that series is at 2-1. If the Avs win on Monday's game, then it would be 3-1. But I just don't see that happening. I think the Wild are going to win. So we could have a full week's worth of games here, you and me, and it'd be a good time. Paling along the boards. Barbashev. Oh, in on Barbashev had a nice little backhand in, just perfect for a rebound. And they almost got it. Jack Eichel was just kind of swimming around there like a shark. And look at the Ducks fan. He's like 7 years old, smacking his foam finger against the boards. That kid has got passion. We love it. And guys, I regret to inform you that I am coming around on these orange Ducks jerseys. I've been a generational hater of them. But Hayden is like, I knew you'd see the light. You were wrong. And I was like, he might be right. Now, Mark Stone not being in the lineup has been an enormous thing for Vegas tonight. However, William Karlsson being back in the lineup has also been enormous. Nobody goes through the playoffs perfectly healthy. And you know what? Vegas is still very much in this game. 4-2 lead. You know what I think about 2 and 3 goal leads. I'm a Leafs fan. We don't believe in those. They're never safe. Cole Smith to Sissons. Minchikov drops the puck back to Karlsson. And that a puck that was meant for Troy Terry went off of Vegas Golden Knight and into the Golden Knight zone. Leo Carlson's able to get it to Troy Terry, who gets the puck stripped by the ref. And you're asking Stripes to get the hell out of the way sometimes. But you know what? There's only so much room on the ice. Ross Johnston after it. Washi. And Washi gets it deep as the Ducks are changing and the Knights are changing. Demon Hunter says, are you guys doing big dubs for the CHL championship? I was at the CHL final yesterday. I think for the OHL. So Hayden's doing all 3 videos tomorrow. He says he apologizes. It's been a very busy week, and it's true. Because Hayden is not only watching his team in the playoffs, but he's doing these streams with me. And we also have been doing a lot of other stuff too, like nailing the Apex and that sort of thing. Hayden's busy. I don't know if we have rights to the Memorial Cup, so I don't think we'll be doing that. But we. Is that conversation ongoing? Okay. You're going. Who's having it? Okay. Well, we'll see if it happens. I don't know if we have those rights, so we'll have to find out. I'd have to ask the leagues, be like, hey, guys, do we have the Memorial Cup or not? No, TSN runs that, so I don't know. I could always email TSN and go, do you guys mind? That affect your life? They'll probably be like, nah. They're cool. TSN guys are actually really, really nice to us. Dorofeyev's got the puck. 11:09. Anaheim up 4-2. Tyson Barnett, at least Ducks aren't black jerseys anymore. Black jerseys are the worst. Pick a color scheme. Black jerseys are so identityless. NHL should ban black home jerseys. I agree. And I like the Leafs the 3rd jersey for Bieber, but that era's over. I'm ready for that to be done. McTavish. McTavish with a great pass. Oh, and Gauthier was just not able to get it to his stick on time. Calling for the pass is McTavish. And the Ducks are going to the power play in a second here. Big save by Carter Hart. Ducks go to the power play, I think, on that rush chance. Gauthier might have been held up, and I think he might have drawn a penalty. All right, hooking. Yeah, so it was Anderson. And, they could have called Anderson or Sissons there. Both of them got their stick into Gauthier's midsection. That Moore goal. How about, you know what? Who doesn't love an unsung playoff hero? Ian Moore. Imagine I told you before the game, guys, you know Ian Moore, who's been playing right wing on the fourth line? That guy, well, he's going to play defense. And guess what? He's going to be a big factor in this game. You guys will be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Hayden says, remember Jake Muzzin had 2 goals in a game? Don't make me sad, Hayden. Jake Muzzin. I miss him. I miss him so much. Sloopin's 982, but the Black Mighty Ducks jerseys are so clean. I know, but the black needs to go away. We got enough black. Utah's got black. Enough. Utah should have done the thing and gone baby blue, like the 70s Penguins. They should have really leaned into the baby blue. I love the baby blue Penguins jerseys. And my mom, who grew up in Pittsburgh, used to go to see Penguins games in the 70s with her dad, and those are the colors she remembers, not the gold and black. And I think the Penguins colors, which are literally the Bruins colors, very, very nice. Love the colors. But I love my favorite Penguins jersey is the one that came out this year was all yellow. I'm like, why have they not done that before? So I went to Pittsburgh and saw a game and bought a jersey. And it's the Crosby one. It's my Crosby jersey. Rab says LA needs a purple jersey scheme. I agree. I think the Kings have got to at least have a third jersey that is the throwback to the 70s, 80s colors. Because I think it's a shame LA got away from that. But it was because the Lakers and the Kings used to be owned by the same owner. Honestly, if I owned the Lakers and the Kings, first off, I would be fabulously wealthy. Secondly, I might get away from the black and white color scheme and go back to the Lakers colors and be like, these are the Los Angeles colors, and we're staying there. Hayden says, I said it last stream, I'll say it again. I need a Panthers Miami Vice jersey. You know what, Hayden? You are so right. Go, Jay, with a shot. Right off. And remember, this is a power play for the Ducks. 4 seconds in. Ducks won the faceoff draw, got possession, and got their trigger man, Goche, who's already had a couple of great opportunities, including a post hit tonight. McTavish is going to take this faceoff. The linesman is going to kick them both out here. Or, come on, Stripes. Just drop the effing puck, dude. No one cares. Yep. And the Golden Knights win that draw, but it goes off a body, and they're not able to get it cleared. Seneca leaves it behind the net for Killorn, who scored a goal earlier tonight. And it was like Killorn just basically manned it into the net. He was like, I'm just going to make sure this puck goes through Carter Hart. Just big body kind of shit. Lacombe. Shot by Seneca, and a great save by Carter Hart. He read that perfectly. Marner behind the net with Killorn. Back to Goche. Goche on the half wall. Goche. Back to Lacombe. To Seneca. Seneca to Killorn. Big save by Carter Hart. And a great rebound, McTavish. And Carter Hart's good to that. And how did that puck not go in? Carter Hart with a great save. And McNabb tried to get it set up by Mitch Marner. And there's a shot. Ooh, big juicy rebound given up by Dostal. But Marner's not in the right place to take advantage of it. Some exciting action at both ends of the rink. Sloopin says the Black Canucks jerseys were also amazing. Okay, listen. I get it. But the thing's over. And what I mean by that is everybody's done black jerseys now. Enough. Let's do something else. Terry. Puck across to Kreider. Kreider to Terry. Terry's got Carlson at the blue line, wide open. Carlson with Eichel on him. It's Granlund on the half wall. Down low to Carlson. Leo to John Carlson to Terry, and that puck just whistles wide. Granlund tried to get that one out of thin air, but it was just not possible. Leo Carlson down low to Michael Granlund. Granlund to Carlson. Across. Almost gets Leo Carlson. Leo Carlson gets a stick to the face. And that puck is cleared. The power play is over, and that Vegas penalty kill continues to be elite. Boy, that was, you know what? Good penalty killing, but also a couple of good opportunities by the Ducks. Both teams have taken a penalty in this third period, except technically the Ducks penalty happened at the end of the second. So we've had 2 power plays in the first 12 minutes of this period. No goals either way on the power play, but the Ducks have scored. Ian Moore, and it is 4-2 Ducks. Shots 23-18 for Anaheim. They have usually outshot Vegas in this series. Usually dominated 5-on-5 play. But Vegas are a veteran team, and they find ways to do it. And the question is, in the last 7 minutes and 40 seconds, can they do it again? Hannafin through center. Dumps the puck low. Seneca to Granlund. Killorn, I mean. Anderson trying to muscle him off the puck, but Seneca gets it. Minchikov at the blue line gets it over to his defense partner, Carlson, who puts one on, and it's just tipped a little wide of the net of Carter Hart's. I think Killorn with the tip on that one. And Vegas comes in offside. Hey, Spike says we need a team with Vice City colors. That would be Sunshine, baby. That'd be the Florida Panthers. We definitely need a Miami Vice look for sure. So Gauthier's got 3 assists tonight. I didn't realize that. That's incredible. Honestly, he could have a couple of goals too. He's having a very, very good game. Rusty Mitchell says Canucks skate logo is overrated. It's too busy. The color combo sucks. And graphically speaking, it's going downhill and backwards. Honestly, I have to be straight with you. I love that logo, and I love their black jerseys, but I actually love the skate jersey on white. It just reminds me of Pavel Bure skating the puck through the neutral zone and nobody being able to stop him. So I like when they bring back the black Canucks jerseys, but the white ones I always thought were better. I think the Canucks original logo from the late 80s, early 90s, that logo, not the V that they used to have. Remember when they had the Cooperalls? But the actual Canucks skate logo on a white, crisp and beautiful. And I don't find it busy at all. Thank you very much. I like it better than I like the than I like the what's that animal called? It's called a whale. That one just reminds me of Mark Messier. The Orca. Thank you, Hayden. It's late. I can't think of things. Sloopin's 982, third Leafs jersey in retro Raps colors. I think the Leafs jersey, the retro Leafs jersey, if they ever do another third jersey, which I think they should do maybe like a 70s look, like what Daryl Sittler wore. Doug Gilmour actually wore that when he first came to Toronto too for that first half season, where they had yeah, and also give us an all green St. Pat's. Why are the St. Pat's jerseys white? They need to be all green. Yeah, it's time. And they did it back in the day. I don't know why they won't do it now. I think I'm going to sell my St. Pat's jersey, by the way. I've got one. It's an Austin Matthews one. Doesn't fit me quite right. It never really has. It was back when like Reebok did the jerseys, and I have to say, Fanatics jerseys fit, like the fan jerseys fit so much better. The other ones are just kind of boxy, and you look like a bit of a lampshade. It's weird. Hayden likes his Coho Wild jersey. Now that's a classic. That's a classic. 6:22 left to go in the third. Granlund with the puck at the blue line. Almost has it stripped, but Howden couldn't keep it in. Howden, a goal scorer earlier tonight. He's got 7 on these playoffs. Trouba. Puck out of thin air, but it's too high, and that's a high stick as he plays it. Anime Cowboy says, if Florida is smart, they do Miami Vice colors as a Grand Theft Auto 6 cross promo. You get that one for free. Well, yeah, but Grand Theft Auto 6 doesn't take place in the 80s, does it? Doesn't it take place in modern day? By the way, I have been playing in it. I bought a video game this year. I don't buy a lot of them because I like to kind of work my way through, RPGs and stuff. Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of the most incredible video games I've ever played. And it is so hard. It's so difficult. But man, it's fun. The combat in it is just insanely hard. But I'm slowly but surely getting better. I hope the next game I buy, once I finish that one, because I never actually finish a video game because I'm ADHD. I never finish the end of the story. But I'm actually going to finish this story. And I hope my next game is Grand Theft Auto 6. Hayden keeps saying I got to try Expedition 33. It did win Game of the Year. I know that. So I got to give that a shot. Hanson said, have you played Baldur's Gate 3? No, I haven't. I heard it's amazing. Also, Assassin's Creed Resynced comes out this summer, and I love Black Flag. I love that. Well, I mean, hot take. I liked the pirate game from Assassin's Creed. So I might have to get that too. Like, I'm pretty pumped for Assassin's Creed to come out. Hayden, are you still playing? What was the game you were playing online with the big robots that chase you and stuff? Remember, you get Arc Raiders. Are you still playing Arc Raiders? Not as much. Did it get a little boring, a little repetitive? Pucks over the glass. He said they haven't really kept up with new stuff. And what's the other one where you drop in and you're like a foursome and it's like, Helldivers. Have you ever played Helldivers? Because I never did. Okay. People love Helldivers. Delay a game penalty, and the Ducks are going to the PK. Uh-oh, shit just got interesting. I thought this puck was tipped. So Carlson gets the puck over, and it's sort of bouncing, and then it's John Carlson that flips it over. This happened to Mitch Marner early in the series. Just shit happens, man. Savoy Jedi says, Kingdom Come Deliverance is insanely good, but a big-time commitment. That's why I'm playing that game a little bit at a time. I sometimes I'll put in like 45 minutes, and if you don't save, it kills your entire progress. So there's been a couple of times where I've been like, I just wanted to go to the spot where I can save, which is like your bed, and I didn't have any saves. Like they have saver schnapps, so you drink this alcohol drink and you save it, and I didn't have any, and then I got ambushed on the road to my bed where I could save it. And then I'm like, okay, I just lost an hour of progress. I'm going to have to put this game down. I'm going to go do some chores. That game, after about 45 minutes, I'm like, okay, time to go do something productive because I am going to lose my mind. But it is so good. It's so good. If you're Vegas, do you pull your goalie? That's a really good question. Torts is crazy enough to do something like that too. Maybe they do that. Because what is there, 4 or 5 minutes left to go? What, 6:24? I mean, you might as well go for it. Because, like, honestly, what do you have to lose? You're up a game in the series. And you need to score now to make it close at the end. So there's about 5 minutes left. It is risky, but Vegas has been amazing on the power play. So they're showing Carter Hart now. He's in the net. Maybe he rushes out of it if Vegas wins this faceoff draw. They got to win that, though. So it is 5:24 left in the third, Hayden. And the Ducks clear it immediately. Torts is not pulling the goalie yet. It doesn't look like Carter Hart. I'm watching him. It doesn't look like he's skating towards the bench. This is a major penalty kill, the most important penalty kill of the Ducks season so far, the most important power play of the Vegas Golden Knights season so far. Here it is. Oh, Paling with the breakup. And he just does the smart thing. Didn't go for the breakaway. Just tip it down, kill the time, get off the ice, get some fresh legs out there. Washi now, along with Trouba, as Eichel brings the puck in. Granlund is out there, and so is Zellweger. Not bad for a rookie defenseman to show that kind of confidence by Jay Woodcroft. Washi now trying to pin Marner against the boards, just trying to kill this. 1 minute left now for Vegas on this power play. Some good penalty kill here, but do not want them to get set up. You do not want it to be 4-3 if you're Anaheim. You definitely want it to be 4-3 if you're the Vegas Golden Knights. And the Golden Knights misplay that one, and all the way back down the ice it goes. Tortorella biting his bottom lip. You know, he's not good at hiding his emotions. 40 seconds to go. Hanifin being hounded by Poehling, who's back on the ice. Rasmus Andersson gains the zone. Killorn tries to break it up there. Poehling misses a slide at it, and it's William Karlsson bringing it down low. Vegas are going to get set up here. 25 seconds to go. Anderson to the point to Hanifin. Back to Anderson on the half wall. Anderson down low to Karlsson. Anderson to Hanifin. Fake shot. Down low to Anderson. Anderson with a tip. Barbashev made a great play on the Anderson pass tip. Ducks playing good defense, and that power play is already over. There is 3.5 minutes to go. John Karlsson takes the ice. Leo Karlsson trying to break up the play. John Karlsson gets the puck. Leo Karlsson's got it too. Karlsson. Terry with a shot. Oh, and that hit a body. Leo Karlsson was there to try to get any rebounds, but that puck did not make it through. Puck cross ice to Brett Howden. Already scored a goal tonight. Thrown some massive hits too. 2:57 to go in the third. It's going to feel like 40 minutes for Ducks fans. And it's probably going to feel like 20 seconds for Vegas fans. Just the way it is right now. Jack Eichel, Carter Hart going to the bench. We got 6-on-5. Ducks break up the play at the blue line. Puck is out at the blue line. Washi gets dumped by Hurdle. Puck is back into the Ducks zone, but it's against the boards. Eichel has the play broken up. Theodore down low, and the puck is just cleared by, I think, is Ross Johnston out there right now? Ross Johnston. Okay, that's faith. Okay, yeah, that's Hayden said you just got to be long and get in front of every shot. Fourth line for the Ducks now changing out. 2 minutes to go. 120 seconds remain. Ducks have not won at home in the second round since 2018. Actually, excuse me, that's wrong. 2017 was the last time they won at home. It's been 9 long years since they won at home in the second round here at the Honda Center. 1:41 left. Eichel to the point, and that's broken up by Cutter Gauthier, and he's racing Noah Hanifin for this. Gauthier gets the play broken up, though. Gauthier has 3 assists tonight, was going for the goal, and a great defensive play by Hanifin as the Vegas Golden Knights come in offside. Holy moly. 86 seconds to go in this game. Rusty Mitchell says, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 hardcore mode kills you instantly upon starting 90% of the game because you die in childhood before the game even starts. That's hilarious. Now, back to the game. Gauthier, all he's got to do is shovel this towards the net, but Hanifin goes for the last second dive and makes sure this game stays alive for the Vegas Golden Knights. DM says, did Marner call himself offside? No, he was, Marner was trying to lobby the ref for a high stick, like a high stick play, not like a high stick against your face. He didn't win the argument. Water. Dostal, they're giving him his flowers tonight. He's been clean as a whistle. That's the Lucas Dostal we know and love. He's been great tonight. Carter Hart at the other end he's been beaten a couple of times, 5-hole, and then was sort of beat right under the blocker by Alex Killorn, and then a point shot from Ian Moore. And that, honestly, the 2 5-hole ones, yeah, maybe you want to have that. The Killorn one, I think he should have had. Ian Moore, I didn't think he had a chance in hell. Okay. 1:26 to go in the third period. William Karlsson wins the faceoff draw, and the ref says, no, no, no. Attention back on me, please. I'm a linesman. So they're going to redrop this. Carter Hart is way out of his net, and he wants to get off as quickly as possible. Terry's going to take this faceoff draw as Leo Carlsson was kicked out of the faceoff. So it's going to be William Karlsson, Troy Terry, and Troy Terry doesn't stand much of a chance against a faceoff god like William Karlsson. Shot along the boards. Dorofeyev can't keep it in, and Troy Terry's going to race down and at least give Shea Theodore a little bit of a headache. 1:10 to go in the third. Eichel to Marner. Vegas Golden Knights gain the zone. Marner with a shot, and Hurdle gets his first goal since March 3rd. 29 games. The monkey is off his back, and we've got 64 seconds remaining. The 6-on-5 worked. The curse of Hurdle is broken. 4-3 Anaheim. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. That is the easiest goal Hurdle will ever score, and he needed it. He needed that goal, man. You could tell, too. That was like, I don't even know if he was just celebrating. He was just like, come on. It was more like a relief thing than anything. Okay. Face-off won by Washi. So the fourth line is out there again with Ross Johnston, really. And Washi, and they give the puck away, and Dostal makes a great save. This is a bizarre choice by Quenneville. I'm not sure why he went with these guys. Theodore out there, puck out. Oh, Dostal is able to cover it. And Jack Eichel puts his hands up in the air like he scored. 44 seconds to go. Holy moly. This is an exciting end. 44 seconds, 44.9 seconds to go. Sunday night, kids, and we got a great game. Marner tried to hit this out of thin air. He just needs to get it to settle down, and Dostal's able to make the save, and then they try to whack at his glove with those sticks. But yeah, no, Dostal makes the save. Is what an assist? I don't know. 44.9 seconds to go in the third. This is the biggest face-off of the series. Granlund Eichel, and it's a bit of a draw, but the Ducks come up with it. Paling along the boards. He's not able to get it because he's on his backhand. Dorofeyev gets it over to Karlsson. Karlsson behind the net. He's challenged by Lacombe, pinned against the boards. Lacombe with Granlund behind it. It's 6-on-5. 28 seconds to go. Marner, Eichel, Dorofeyev in the slot. Gets it back down to Marner. To Eichel. Eichel gets the puck muscled off of him, and the puck is cleared down. No icing. Shea Theodore's got 13 seconds to go, and that's an icing call. They're calling it. Shea Theodore ices the puck. Oh, no. Wow. And hey, remember, in game one, it was an icing, a non-called icing that iced the Ducks. Remember that, Jackson Lacombe? And tonight, refs got the icing right. And here they are, this fourth line back out there again. It's Ross Johnston, Tim Washi, and Jeffrey Viel. And listen, respectfully, it wouldn't be my call. I would put Viel and Washi out there. Ross Johnston, I'm not so sure, but Quenneville's got faith. And they win the faceoff draw, and that is going to be the game. 6 seconds to go. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and it's over. For the first time since 2017, the Anaheim Ducks have won a second-round game at home, and they are going back to Vegas tied 2-2. Great comeback performance from the Ducks, who absolutely got washed on Friday night by the Vegas Golden Knights. Fantastic game all around. The Golden Knights sure made it interesting at the end. and we are guaranteed at least a Game 6 in this series. The Ducks will come back home and play at least one more game. We are headed to Vegas Wednesday, and we will also have a game on Friday. And you know what? I think we deserve it. I think we deserve this series going late. 3-point night for Marner, 3-point night for Gauthier. Baby. And the Ducks fans get the salute from the players. They were loud and excited tonight. Wednesday in Vegas, baby. That is going to be a very, very good time. And tomorrow, don't forget, Minnesota Wild, Colorado Avalanche. We're joining you. We're going to be hanging out. So we did the doubleheader tonight with Steve. Tomorrow, it's you and me, Minnesota, Colorado. Can the Wild tie this bad boy up? We all got to know. Because that series should be the series of the playoffs. It really should. Wild played amazing last game. So I'm going to see you back here tomorrow night. What time is that game, Hayden? Tuesday's game. Or Monday's game. 9:30. So I'll see you back here. Puck drop will be 9:50 tomorrow. And we are going to hang out, and we're going to enjoy it. We got Ducks. Oh, tomorrow's an 8 p.m. start. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow is an 8 p.m. start. I will see you guys here. Oh, that's nice that they made it early for us, East Coasters. So, guys, amazing time. Had a blast. Don't forget, Steve Dangle podcast tomorrow. Jesse's coming back. Steve's getting ready. We are going to have a banger show, and then we're going to have a banger stream tomorrow night. And I am with you every day of the week until at least Friday. We think if Minnesota ties up the game or the series tomorrow, then it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I think Saturday too. So we're hanging out a lot this week. In the meantime, I just want to say how much I appreciate you guys being here. You guys have been incredible tonight. The stream was amazing. The comments were amazing. Please come back and join us tomorrow. Big shout out to producer Hayden, and let's wish producer Hayden good luck because the Minnesota Wild are his team. And he hasn't seen them in the second round since 2015, and he was in high school the last time that happened. So let's wish him the best. Let's wish his cats the best because they keep beating each other up. And I will see you tomorrow with Maddie and Robert. Love you all. Grouper Nation, you guys rock. We'll see you tomorrow.